Hey, good morning, everybody. Hello.
That's beautiful.
It's Thursday, guys,
Hello there.
and we are almost at the weekend.
I am ready for an extended weekend.
Are you?
I am.
Why?
Yeah, what do you want,
I don't
off
know,
on
Scott.
Monday? Come on.
Yeah.
Want to sit around in the rain?
Inside?
Inside?
I got to finish painting this peace pole that I've been painting for
Excuse
a
me.
month.
The old peace pole, huh?
Yes.
What?
The old peace pole.
Girl problems.
You know what I'm talking about?
What? No.
Nope.
You don't know what a peace pole
No,
is?
I
Honestly,
don't.
Is this
Oh my
Gary's
God.
present?
Yeah, this is my stepdad, Jerry. His birthday was April 9th. It's still not done.
What
Peace takes
is
time.
a peace pole?
A peace pole, you can buy them at
Can
like
you smoke it?
no, this is something you put in the
Peace pole.
ground. This is like a 4x4 that I paint and I customize it to the person, and it is to promote peace. And I've made one before for like my husband and for my mom, and like, but the old one I made for them is now like rotted.
Oh.
So I'm making
Oh, okay.
another
Moon's
one.
got pictures of.
So it's a yard obelisk?
Yes, exactly.
Peace pole.
It's a peace pole, and you put it in your front yard, and you promote peace. Follow me for more tips.
Hey, you should just do this one. You know, they just boop.
Whoop. Yeah, I know. I should just buy one.
May peace prevail
Right.
on earth. And then you put some...
Here's Jerry's reaction.
Okay.
Oh,
Oh, hey.
cool. Peace pole. Hey, look, everybody.
A peace pole.
Lauren made me a peace pole.
Dude, he wanted one. He goes, I need an updated one. My stepdad's a big hippie.
Look,
Don't get it twisted.
guys,
Yours is going to look like this. Right.
look what she made me.
Mine is,
a
dude.
peace pole.
Okay, so it's 4 sides, and one side I have it looking like outer space, like a galaxy.
I like that.
One
He
side
loves,
is flowers.
You know he loves
I
outer
like
space.
space.
Yeah, and it's like I got some Beatles lyrics on there. I got some like
Oh, see,
promote peace.
this actually
Oh,
sounds
is it-
awesome.
Let me guess
Very
what
cool.
Beatles lyrics.
Yo, you got a light
All
on
you
the
need
top?
is love.
No, it's across the universe.
Okay,
Because I
okay.
danced with Jerry at my
Okay.
wedding to Fiona Apple's version of Across the Universe.
Hey, these are cool. Look, a lot of people are turning the, like, you know, the lanterns? Like, my parents
Right.
have, like, a lantern. It was like a gas lantern, and different houses have that. And they turn it in. You basically just put 4 sides around the pole, like Lern's talking about, and you paint it, and then it's got a little light on top.
Yeah, I might put a little solar light on top. I don't know what I'll
Oh.
do. Maybe I'll go to Home Depot
Are you
this
going
weekend.
to, is it a thing to shellac?
Yeah, you have to
little
like
shellac
you have
on
to
that?
seal it, otherwise it'll
Okay,
just
that's nice.
go nuts.
Look at this one that I made.
It's nice.
Isn't that's a kind of mine's very colorful and psychedelic, but it looks very bright like that.
Very cool.
Oh, you can go to Etsy and buy these?
Yeah, you can go, but you should make one.
Right.
If
You
you're
can't
crafty,
buy
you
a
should
peace
make
pole.
it. Yeah, you need to
You
make
need to
it.
make it.
You go to Home Depot, you get a 4x4, you can get a little topper, and you paint it. You put your soul into it, and then you stick that soul into the earth.
And you,
Hey, I got a birthday coming up, just so you know.
You want me to
I
make
don't
you a
wa-
peace
I
pole?
don't want one.
Oh.
you pouring a concrete footing?
No,
Peace pole.
What?
no, we don't do that. We just dig it down. Put it
No, now it's Jerry's problem.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Here, you take this.
Here, you do what you want with this.
Do you paint it to the bottom or do you leave a little in the ground area?
Leave a little in the ground area. Don't want
This,
to ruin it.
this is the one that I'd have made. It just has writing.
Yeah, it's cool.
Here's a brown.
Okay. Well, now we know. I know what a peace pole is.
Yeah.
So Lauren's going to be in the garage finishing her.
I swear I've been peace pole blind, and now I bet you I'm going to see peace poles everywhere.
You will. And
Probably.
it's pretty cool. It's kind of like the little libraries, like when you start seeing those pop up.
What? Oh, the little take a book.
Yeah, the little
Lead
take a book.
I like
Those books are hard to read.
Rad.
I like the garden orbs, like that's a thing now.
Little roundies.
Yeah, little round
They've
orbs.
been
Big
around for a
marble?
while.
That's to scare birds.
Yep, keep the birdies away.
Oh, really?
That's what those are for? I
keeps
thought they were to
birds-
keep ants
Really?
happy.
It's like birds and rodents.
Is it eagles or hawks that don't like them? Something like that.
Yeah, something about the.
I'm a hawk and I don't like orbs.
I don't like orbs in the
To this
sky.
day, I just
I
thought it was
hate
how you
orbs.
kept your cool ants happy. Every ant, like it's in every auntie's house.
Right.
No, I think they have.
There's like an orb
Bird
and there's a
bath.
cardboard cutout of a lady bending over in the garden. Like that was big for a while.
No, I've been seeing the orbs.
Yeah.
You know, and
Those are for
walking
birds?
walking the dogs.
No,
I thought they were just
I think there's
cool.
something about it.
That's what I thought too.
No, I think there was an actual
Because it reflects
reason.
Listen,
the sunlight.
My mom got us all matching garden lanterns one year
like a lawn
for
jockey.
Christmas. No, not without the jockey, just big garden lanterns. Light up, like I mean huge, dude. They were probably like 4 feet tall, and not a single one of us had a yard. Which was hilarious. My brother was in Afghanistan deployed. My other brother lived at home, and I lived in an apartment with no yard. And I was like, what are these for? She's like, I thought they were cool for future yards, I suppose.
Do you remember somebody, it was one of my wife's relatives got me a weather station.
Oh, I got one of those.
What's that?
Got me a weather station.
You got the little Doppler, and it accounts for all the rain.
Well, they bought one for me, and we lived in an apartment.
Oh.
Okay. Lived in an apartment, so you need to put it outside.
Right.
I go, I don't have an outside.
Oh, bummer.
So I put the weather station in a box, and when we finally got a house in South City, probably within the week, I was like, oh my God,
Oh, yeah.
I have a yard now, and I have a weather station.
You're a meteorologist.
So I put it came with like a transmitter and had like the thing that spun. And,
wow.
For the
it was the whole
wind?
thing. Within
Yes.
4 days, stolen.
Because people are after those, man.
Welcome to St. Louis.
Wild Waters is when you're in
No,
Sioux.
this is in South City.
Gonna sell it for copper.
Stolen. It was a cheap piece of whatever.
No, people just they don't know.
See,
Sometimes.
so yeah, it had it had a thing outside and it had a thing inside, like the transmitter, so you could see what's going on outside. So I was one day got up and I went, I don't seem to be getting any readings from outside. And I go, and they go check, maybe low battery or something. I went, gone, stolen. Stolen. Weather station. I was a meteorologist for 4 days.
Sorry about that.
I'd go into the kitchen to go read this thing. My sleeves are rolled up, ready to tell the household the barometric pressure. What's happening? What way? What direction is the wind blowing? I don't know.
You do know.
I'd know. Well, that morning I didn't. Went outside, gone.
Clearly an important part of your day since you replaced it immediately.
Don't you ever wonder, like, what happened to that person who stole it? Do they
I
still
think
have
I know
it?
who it is.
What?
Oh, you think
What do you mean?
know? Like a particular neighbor?
Templeton.
Yes, his name is Steve Templeton.
Okay. What do you mean?
No, there was graffiti left behind that said ST was here. I was like, what?
Steven Tyler?
Stephen Templeton. It was Stephen Templeton.
Oh,
That's how we got to start.
That's pretty
He was
cool.
going by
You
Steven
invested
at the
in
time.
Stephen Templeton.
Steven.
No, I
With a
think it
V.
was the piece of garbage neighbor kid.
But why would they steal it and they wouldn't be able to use it because you would see it?
Whoa. In our youth, why would we steal anything?
That's true.
I got road signs. I was an idiot.
I got a shopping cart one time. Saw it at home.
Is it
I
good?
walked it all the way up to the hill.
He
to
was
my
a
house.
teenager,
Wow.
and I'd see him run through the
Idiot.
back.
I
I took
Before I got
someone's
fed.
horse's head.
You took somebody's horse's head?
Like one of those,
What you mean?
not an actual horse. Like
Like
at
the
the
little
end of
stick?
someone's driveway, they had like
Oh, yeah, right.
like
yeah.
a horse
Statue?
statue, just the head of a statue, and we just threw it in the back of my truck and took it. I always felt guilty about it. I was like, somebody just woke up and they're like, took my freaking horse.
Yeah, it cost us $300 and that thing just went away.
I had
bet
no
you-
use for it.
I bet you the same reaction as when I went outside and
Yeah.
saw my weather station gone.
Yep.
My mother,
Somebody stole my weather station?
My mother saw the shopping cart from the local grocer in my room, which wasn't a big room.
Oh, you
And
took
know
it in the house.
Like how big
Wow.
a shopping cart is.
Whoa.
Like a big one, not the mini cart, a big one, and a wired one, like the metal one. And she came into my room and she goes, "What the hell is this?" And I go, "I don't know, man. We took it." And she's like, "You have to take this back."
Right, yeah.
So then I had to walk it all the way back down to the grocer. Like, we live in the country. Like, we were idiots. This is before we had licenses. And then I had to walk it back. I just put it in the parking lot. Nobody was the wiser.
Do you want to know?
Oh, you didn't have to do the walk of shame?
No.
If I were to ask you, so
good.
was this a big metal one?
Yeah.
Okay, how much do you think one of those costs?
Like $200. I'm a
What do you
thief.
think the cost of your basic, standard, full-size metal shopping cart?
Squeaky wheel shopping cart. I'm saying $200.
Show me a 2025 price of $459.
Yeah, those
and
are all
99
good
cents.
guesses. I'll go between 350.
350. Between 350?
No, at 350.
Okay,
Between
300.
these
I'm going to say 200.
200. Actual retail price. Between 150 and 300 bucks.
Oh,
My apologies.
Yeah.
So I had it for like 2 days.
Oh man, your motorized carts.
What, the Little Rascals?
Yeah, those are between $2,000 and $5,000. Damn.
That's why they move so slowly. So we can't take them.
Damn. Those things are pricey.
Did you ever take the horse head back?
Now that
Still got
karma's
it.
out there somewhere.
What'd you do with it?
I think I just left it in the back of my truck for days, I would never have taken. I can't believe you took stolen property in the house. Good for you.
Well, it's not the first time.
Then I was just like, I don't know. I think I just sat it at a friend's. I don't even know. I think I like sat it out at a friend. We lived out in the country. I probably just like stuck it at someone else's yard as a bit.
Yep.
And they come out and they go, "Oh my God, the Horsehead Fairy was here."
Yeah. I mean, they've been telling their neighbors.
What luck?
They've been telling their friends and their relatives, it's the house with the horse. It's the house with the horse head. Turn it to horse head.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like that's
The landmark is gone.
Yeah, that's been their landmark for however long, and now they're like, well, it's the brown
No,
house.
we had this kid next door, and he'd run and this was a little South City row house, and he'd run through the backyard.
His name
the
was
time,
probably
and
Tevin or something.
I said, "Stop running through the yard."
Right.
And I'm like, "This kid is no good." And my wife would go, "He's a kid. He's fine." And then
He's a meteorologist now.
and then he would start to be dropped off at home by the police. I'm like, "I told you, told you." It starts with the weather station.
It does. Well, actually, for me, it started. One time, this was later. This was after the shopping cart. I guess I have a problem. My friend and I were going to a local eatery, and they were very rude to us. And this local eatery had like a bar patio with a lot of stools, like wood stools, and they were such jagbags to us. I picked up one of the stools and go, "Run!" And we got in the car. And that stool, to this day, is behind the bar in my mom's basement.
And they want
Nice.
it back. What's the name of the
Wow.
place?
I will never tell.
What's the name of the place?
Ever.
Come on. I
You
think the
took everything.
It
statute,
is one of my dark secrets that will never.
the statute of
go
limitations
public.
is up.
Yeah.
Yeah, it definitely is.
There's cops out in the parking lot.
But it's a great stool. It was like solid wood.
We
It was
all
great.
We all had a phase. Scott and I were involved in some
Heist.
some golf flag heists.
I had a buddy that walked into.
Welcome to Riz Show Confessions.
Well, I had a buddy
What
that
do you
walked
do
into
with
a
golf
restaurant,
flags?
I think it was like an Applebee's or something like that. Walked into the front. There was like a big carpet, rolled it up, and just walked out.
Oh yeah. We took those all the time.
Wait, what?
That was our
What
call.
place?
It was like an Applebee's or like a
Yeah.
Cyberg's or something like
You're
that. It
kidding.
was one of those
Oh,
where,
yeah.
where you walk through the doors
Yeah, the placemat rugs.
and there's a giant rug.
Yep.
There'd be a giant rug in front of like the hostess stand or whatever.
Our whole
The dirtiest one in the zip code.
Oh, yeah.
by himself.
That
He went
was-
and rolled it up and left.
that was
Walked
my
out.
friend group's calling card for a while. Like we would just if we went to a bar and they had like their bar emblem on a
on the
we're rolling
big
that
rug.
we're rolling it up at the end of the night. Our whole because we had like the tile floor apartment, the crappy like dormitory.
Yeah.
It was just lined with bar rugs for a while. Shooter's place. Thank you.
Shooters.
We'll take that shooter.
We were so stupid. And here's the thing: like, we were the stupid part of us is not understanding that this like costs money and this hurts people, right?
Yes,
Yeah.
of course. I'm not thinking of that.
The funny thing is, you said like when your mom walks in and you're like, "What? Like,
Right.
What do you mean? You know, like you didn't even think that she's going to object to this." We had a sign. It was like there was a storm, and it was one of those like now with all white meat signs or something like that. Some restaurant like Pizza Hut or something like that, right? And it was huge. It's like an 8-foot banner. You know, it's like one of those vinyl banners. So it's not like thousands of dollars, but somebody spent hundreds of dollars on this
Yeah,
thing.
of course.
Big vinyl banner, and it was like halfway down because of the storm. All you had to do is tug on it and it comes down. Well, I'm sure we just tugged on it. We're like, oh, this is cool. And we thought it was neat. So what did we do? We hang it up in the church youth hall because we thought it was so funny. I forget what it said. But we have it like this, and like the youth pastor comes in and goes, what is that? And I was like, dude, it's a sign. I was hanging outside a Pizza Hut last night. And he's like, what are you doing?
Stealing. And you're putting it in a
Like,
church.
get that down, man.
Right.
Like, take it back. And like, all of us are like, huh? What do you mean? Like, you know, we thought it was a victimless crime. We think
right.
it's funny.
You
He's
just
like, I've
think
been
it's
talking
fine.
about the commandments
Yeah,
3 weeks in a row.
exactly. Like, we were just total idiots.
Isn't that like the first one, thou shalt not steal?
Total idiots.
Well,
I don't know.
Scott?
But that's the thing. We were so dumb we didn't realize that was stealing.
Yeah, I know. It's just like the world is your oyster
Yeah.
type of mentality
Like,
when you're young.
Like, you think these things just exist. And you're like, well, this would be funny to exist in church.
I never stole street signs.
Really?
Although, I had a buddy that had a stop sign in his room from
See, that always freaks
Clearly-
me
Yeah, I
out.
always wanted that. I thought it was so
That
cool.
always scares me.
Clearly took this off a poll.
We have one in our office that a listener, guy who is now dead, he's a listener who was really fantastic in our office.
Killed in a traffic accident.
No, I don't think it was that, but he stole a sign for the Rock Road somewhere. I don't know which Rock Road. There's many of them, and he gave it to me and autographed
That's
it.
the one?
Yeah, in our
that's a
office.
real that's a real street
That's a
sign?
real street
I want
sign.
it out of the office.
No,
People-
I've had it for
I don't
so
wanna
long.
be
Worrying.
People circling around trying to find the Rock Road. They
I
don't-
know.
They don't know where they
Dang
are.
it.
Over in
I don't
Kansas
wanna be
City now.
complicit.
My friend
Very
bought a
sweet.
cool, like, another one of those statuesque things. It was like a hawk or something that he put in his, I don't remember what it was. Some kind of like bird of prey.
Tell me it's one of those lions.
And every time he would leave town, we didn't steal it, but we'd move it. So we'd like put it on his back deck because we knew when he was gone, and then it would just kept escalating until the point we took a ladder, took 3 guys to get it on the roof, up on his top of his chimney. Such a pain! Like I don't even know how he got it down. It would have been such a pain in the ass to get down by yourself because it was heavy. You know, it was probably like 75 to 100 pounds, and we hauled it up a ladder onto his roof. That was like the final.
And you know what?
There was nowhere else to go with this bit. Like it was as good as we could get it.
Yeah.
It's that time of year, guys. You know, school's letting out.
Oh, yeah. I forgot about
School's letting out, and it's mischief season.
It is.
Mischief night.
The kids have been good for so long, and now it's time
It's
to
time
let it
to
out.
let go. Went to the girls' graduation
How was that?
last night, 8th grade graduation. I said, I guess everything's got a graduation now.
Did they have cap and gown?
No,
Okay.
No?
everything's
did.
graduation now.
So was it very long? You had to wait for the R's.
And a couple dads came up to me. One guy, his kid, last name in the W's. He goes, "I feel you, he goes, "I feel you, brother."
Yeah, but at least
Oh,
he knows
man.
that he
Trust
doesn't
me.
have to be there on time.
Hey, good point.
The only
Yeah, I
hope
mean-
you have when you're on the back end of the alphabet is the day they, like, Pizza Friday when they reverse it.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's
It's
advantages.
very rare, but every once in a while the teacher would accept your plight.
And I
be
talked
like,
to
we're going in reverse alphabetical order.
I talked to a dad whose last name is in the A's, and he goes, "Man, it's worse for me." He goes, "My kid's at the beginning. I got to sit through the rest of the crap."
No,
Yeah.
you don't.
Oh, come on.
I know, you
He's
just
the
kind of
best.
squeak out.
You see what you got to see, and you're like,
Yeah.
I'm going to go over to the drinking fountain or whatever.
Oh, no. I
Yeah.
have to really go
You
to
go in the car and watch Netflix.
Yeah, you go do something. Get out of here.
It was long. There's a lot of kids.
Don't you complain, you A last names. That is, you. Yeah, right.
Yeah, John-
You can't be a part of our club.
John Abramson.
Yeah, you cannot be a part of our club. You have it made, and you always have. Just like Rafe was talking about. In 4th grade or whatever, it was always you. You
Yeah.
got to go first. You got to do everything.
John
Get outta here.
Abramson, meet Steve Young.
Because if you
Who's
got to
got
go
it
first
worse?
on Pizza Day, Pizza Friday, if you might get a second slice. Because you're going to sit down first, you're going to eat first, you're going to go back up after everybody else gets through. At our school, you could get seconds if there was enough. So those
Yeah,
you
as a
always had the
Williams.
advantage.
As a Williams, I mean, you're at the end.
Forget it. End of everything.
I still think that's better than being stuck in the middle, because then there's no advantage on the reversals or the special days. You're still just like, oh, good,
Yeah,
oh, cool. I'm
that's
just
true.
Surprisingly, I did not get emotional.
Why? Because this isn't. She's
'Cause
just
it's
continuing.
eighth
No,
grade, man.
you know, it was more of a. Well, I could get emotional of the, oh, now I have 2 high schoolers. I'm never, this is, all the baby stuff is done now.
I'm surprised there was no cap and gown. I had one in 8th grade.
Same.
Really?
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think we even
There's
did
no
a
we
just-
graduation.
First time I got my little card with my calligraphy name on it.
Yeah, I found out.
Do they do that still? They give them little, like, graduate cards with your name, full name printed in calligraphy on it?
Yeah. Little business card.
No,
So-
she got a certificate of advancement or something like that.
Good for her.
Yeah, I just remember ours, it was pretty boring. And so my buddies and I were like, we don't have to be here. Right? I mean, we're out of 8th grade. So we just snuck out and left. We're like, yay.
My
No,
man.
that
Did you
was
not cap and gown it either, Moon?
For
8th grade?
8th grade? No.
Maybe
I
in
mean,
Southern Illinois, that was just such an achievement.
Right.
They're like, hey,
I mean-
this might be the only one they get.
That's
It
not a
could
bad
be.
point.
Let's get them in a cap
Yeah,
and
chances
gown.
are most of these kids are not going to get to the
This might be
to
the only
actual
photo
graduation.
your parents get of you in any kind of regalia.
pretty big school. If it happened, if it happened and I was told you didn't have to be there, I didn't go. That's for sure. I showed you
I
guys
couldn't
my,
tell you about my junior high graduation, but I can say that I thought I was going to get a little bit like, because again, the baby stuff is done.
Right.
No more elementary school.
baby girl.
No more middle school. I got 2 high schoolers.
I showed you my preschool graduation, though.
Oh.
There's
Preschool,
that.
you got cap and gown.
Remember that one?
Look at you.
Y'all didn't even know that was
That's
me.
so cute.
That's a me.
Will you post that on our Instagram and say happy graduation? to Brad?
I think for me yesterday, it was, wow, we survived the gauntlet that is middle school.
Yeah.
Like, we're done with that.
Yeah, dude.
I graduated from 8th grade and I didn't have all my teeth because, as I've said before, my baby teeth dropped late in life. And so my 8th grade graduation, I just had 4 front teeth and then my canines hadn't come in yet. So I looked like a total freak.
I did hearken back to when she, got out of elementary school and into middle school. There was the phase of all the girls are bigger than the boys.
Yeah.
And now they're starting to equal out.
That's good.
All the, from elementary school to middle school, all the girls were so much bigger than the boys.
Mm-hmm. Just beating the hell out of them,
And now they're starting to, even out. And now I'm watching as these kids are accepting their certificates. I'm going, man, that could make probably pretty good, defensive lineman.
Yeah.
I'm like, I wonder if the high school football coach is there recruiting. Not a bad idea.
Hey, would you ever coach?
Coach?
Yeah.
Oh, God, no. And we know about my one coaching experience.
It was incredible.
The kids didn't listen to me.
What are you going to do to be involved? Do you want to be like a...
I'm involved enough.
Are you?
I don't need to be.
Are you?
I don't need to be involved.
Okay.
I'm good.
All right. This is the time, though. I mean, your kids it's going to be gone soon. So you need to really
I'm
think about
involved.
what's
I
happening.
think my involvement is plenty. I'm present.
Okay. You're a present father.
I'm a present father. That's it. No, so we survived it. We got through middle school.
Yeah.
And, we're going to go through the summer, and then the girl's going to start high school. I'll have 2 high schoolers. And then, now we're going to start thinking about, for my son.
The dating is about ready to begin.
We're going to start thinking about college. And, it's...
I'm so excited for the drama.
And you guys will all be there with me.
I know.
Yay.
We're your support system. We're your present father. I'm excited because your daughter is very much into dances and getting dressed up and stuff. And I live for that stuff. And my nephews and my niece they just don't care. And I am deprived of and I'm not family or anything, but I feel like an honorary
if she
aunt.
Needs
I'm so
if she
excited.
needs another opinion,
Yes.
aside from my mother, she will call her Aunt Lern.
Thank you. I love that stuff.
I will promise you that.
I love that she's a lot like you. So whatever trouble she gets in high school will be
Completely my fault.
Yeah, revenge visited
I
upon
understand
you.
that, and I take that on me. that one's on me, guys.
Getting out of junior high is like getting out of Folsom Prison. It's the worst era. It's the worst 3 years. It's like doing a stretch in Long Bend, LBJ. So at least your kids got out. Now they're in high school. All good.
All good.
It's like county.
Well, and now that's going to lead to other problems, or not. I don't want to say problems, Scott. I want to say other. It's another chapter.
Yeah, a new season.
A new season. It's a new season. We're talking about as a teenager. Petty little crimes. Whether you're stealing horse heads or you're. We're talking about those little garden orbs. And I know a bunch of people in the chat room and on the Coleman's Campers text line hitting us up saying, "Oh yeah, we steal those all the time." You ever break mailboxes as a kid?
No.
Oh yeah.
No, we were always warned of that.
No, we had
It's a federal offense.
Well,
Scott.
there's always that story of there's a kid who did it and broke his arms or something, and you're like,
oh, broken arm. Oh, from
They're driving too fast, you swing it and you hit the board, or if it's concrete, you hit something and then you're screwed. You're just like, yeah.
Did you
ever break a mailbox?
trust tree? You ever play mailbox baseball?
I never did. I swear I never broke a mailbox. I did pop a tire.
What? Like with a knife?
Yes.
Cool.
Not
Wow.
proud.
Just random, or was this a revenge?
Somebody
pop?
I knew. It was a revenge pop.
Do you have cigarettes rolled up in your sleeves?
He had motive. What was the revenge for?
I If I'm remembering
Girl.
correctly, it was a girl situation.
Oh my God. Why is that hot? Why? I don't know why I'm like, that's cool. So like, this was the guy who was dating the girl you liked and you just went over and stabbed his tire?
Somebody had told me something, and I popped 3 of the 4 tires.
Oh,
Such a
dang.
greaser move, dude.
Not proud of it.
At least
No.
you gave him one.
But that's some old 1950s crimes, you know?
It was
like
rolled up, and
Feels good, doesn't
I
it?
was in the passenger side, rolled up, middle of the night. Psst, psst, psst.
Got all
Snap.
4?
No, I got 3 of the 4.
You're like Crybaby Walker, you know?
Yeah.
Did you snap your fingers as you walked up to it?
It was horrible. And
Butterfly knife? Did you get to look cool walking up to the car like clack, 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 and just walk away?
I did not.
Dang.
And I was a suspect.
You went in?
No, the cops were not called.
Oh.
Can't prove it, but they knew it was you.
Right.
Hey, man, you just went up some cool points in my book. That's pretty cool.
Now, my point is to the story is if, let's say, the cops did come to my parents' house and they go, hey, we think your son was the one that did this. Mm-hmm. Now, back in 1995, go ahead. Prove it. Where's the evidence?
Right.
Now, let's say the cops come to my house and they go, we think you're, who would do it? My daughter. We think,
Oh, hell yeah.
we think your daughter was involved in this. I go, oh, let me see where she was. Mm-hmm. And I go to the Life 360 app and go, I know exactly where you were.
Right.
I know where you were last night because it says it on my phone. Right? And these kids, listen, if you're the parent of a teen, you probably noticed that, location tracking, not only has it become a big part of, as a parent, like I need to know where my kid is at all times, it's become a part of their lives too, part of their social lives. So Life 360, Snapchat's Snap Map, and we've gone to places, and one of my kids would go, Joe is here too. I go, how do you know Joe is here? Well, look, it's on his Snap Map. He's at the same place. Oh, he's at the Blues game too.
Yeah.
Yeah, my kids are always talking about that.
So it makes it easy for kids to share their real-time whereabouts with friends, not just their parents. It's a big thing. So most kids are now sharing their location with their friends, and most say, yeah, this is a cool thing. I like knowing where my buddies are. I like knowing my buddies know where I am. But is it really a good idea?
No.
Like a lot of trends, location sharing with friends comes with both perks and some pretty big pitfalls. I mean, you can't disappear. You can't disappear. Well, first of all, so according to one adolescent psychologist, for most teens, location sharing isn't just about safety. It's about, being connected to your friends. It's about fun. It helps them feel like they're in the loop with their buddies, and it's just another way of staying close in a world where everything is shared online. And for many, it's totally normal to know where their friends are at all times. Can you imagine? I can't wrap my head around it.
Mm-mm. That's one of those technologies I wish I would have had.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of my teenage mind, like, if I would have wanted this.
Oh, I would have.
Or why I would have thought it would be a great idea. I'm
mean,
sure I would have.
If I was trying to call you, hey, you want to come hang out, and either your phone was busy or your mom would say you're not home, that would be the end of it.
Mm-hmm.
You're not home.
That's it.
Hey, tell him to call me when he gets home, and that's it. And that's it. You don't think anything of it. Now it's, oh, let me see where he is.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Where are my
because you can
friends?
see, like, wow, Riz, Moon, and Lern and Rafe are all hanging out at Riz's
That's
house.
the bad thing.
And here I am at home.
That's the pitfall.
And they all said they weren't doing anything tonight.
What's Riz doing at my girlfriend's house?
Right.
Oh, no.
Got to go pop his tires.
Some teens even use it to keep tabs on their parents. Oh, you're near Ulta. Can you pick me up some lip gloss?
I do it with
How
my
do you know I'm
mom.
near Ulta? I can
Mom.
see where you are.
We have I don't have the Live 360, but I have, Apple location. And I have that with my mom and my sister and Tim.
I've been driving somewhere, and I would have one of the kids call me and go, "Hey, I see where you're this." I go, "I don't like being surveilled."
You don't by your own kids? I want them to know where I am.
It's fine. It's just the, "Hey, I see you're near blah blah blah."
Yeah.
Pick me up this.
Yeah, and I'm like, I don't like being surveilled.
You can be-
Here's why I like it, because I don't have to answer the question. I don't have any kids calling me going, "Hey, where are you?" You know what I mean? Like, I don't have to answer the question.
Also gives your kids, man, imagine all the times you had to like get something in order before your mom.
Oh,
got
yes,
home.
Yeah,
that would
that
be
is
a
nice.
huge plus.
That would be a huge plus. There were so many times me and my friend took a bush hog tractor and knocked one of those big propane tanks to sit out in people's yards that looked like a little submarine.
Yeah.
Knocked it off the base. We're lucky we didn't explode. Put a big black tire mark on it. We knew his parents were at dinner in Steelville, Illinois, and we approximated that was his mom called, said they were on their way home, and we towed this thing back up onto the blocks and like took Pine Sol and scrubbed the black tire mark and put spray paint on it.
Yeah.
And we were on a clock. And it was
and you just guessed. It's exciting, isn't it?
It was exciting, but man, just imagine having like a literal timer where you're watching your parents move
On a map.
on the roads. Yeah.
Yeah.
That would have been
That's
cool.
crazy.
Yeah, see, and that's the thing. As much as it's working for us, it's working against us for some kids. For the smart kids that are looking to get away with something, believe me, they're using it against us just as much. We just don't know it.
But do you imagine? But put in your head, now you got your high school girlfriend who is constantly surveilling you, or the other way around. You know, your high school boyfriend has got you.
Yeah.
Has got you wherever you are. Not even if I'm doing anything nefarious. I just want to
Hang out with your buddies.
I just want to not be with you right now and just do my own thing. And I don't need you constantly tracking my whereabouts. But I guess for kids now, that's a part of life.
Bummer.
That's a part of life. So
It's a strange thing too. My friend's kid had like really extreme anxiety and like OCD and stuff, and like she would drop him off, and then he would watch the iPad. He was like paranoid that she wouldn't make it home safe.
Right.
And he would, instead of playing with kids, he'd sit and watch the iPad and watch her car go all the way home every day. And I'm
sad.
like, so there's there's downsides to that too, of like, it can become a thing people get obsessed with.
Yeah.
Especially if you have like anxiety over.
Well, and
like,
you could track with the Life 360 speed. And I got, listen, my kid's going to be driving on his own next week. Mm-hmm. And this is a great tool for, parents and new drivers. I could see how fast you were going. I could see where you went. All that stuff. Keep track of the car. Know if you're in any trouble. I get that. But if you get too obsessed in the data, it's a bad thing. Yeah, and here's what one, another psychologist says. Well, location sharing can help teens feel included and safe. It's also turning into a source of anxiety and drama and control. Teens, spiral when they spot their friends at a party they weren't invited to, or when somebody doesn't respond to texts, but it's clearly, it's somebody clearly at home. For some, tracking each other becomes a way to manage FOMO, fear of missing out, or worse, keep tabs on each other out of jealousy or insecurity. We don't need this. There's also the issue of privacy. Sometimes teens forget to turn off location sharing with people they can no longer trust, like an ex-boyfriend who starts showing up randomly just because he could see their location. Gosh. And of course, there are bigger safety concerns. If location data falls into the wrong hands, it could put a kid at risk for stalking or harassment. Girls in particular may feel pressure to share their location for safety, but that same information could be used against them.
Oof. And if you have good friends that like pranking you and they know you're away for a while from the house, it's time to go over and mess with things. It's like, ha ha ha.
Yeah, rearrange the patio furniture.
So
That'll show them.
Leave our phones here at the house, and then we'll ride our bikes down there, mess with them, then come back, and they'll never know.
Yeah, it is also harder to get away with the pranks.
Yeah.
Yeah. Depending on who you're sharing your location with, too. Now, Scott brings up a good point. Like, if somebody knows you're with your parents and you share your location and you're far away and they just want to like go mess with your house or, it's the same thing with like not posting pictures when you're on vacation.
Yeah. They know you're away and they know exactly when you'll be home because they can see you're on your way home and know how much time they got. So.
But you don't know the armed forces that I have house sitting.
That's right.
Dare you.
Yeah, I hire ninjas. Keep watch. You can't see them, but they can see you. Hey, speaking of the kids, there have been a lot of ridiculous shoe trends. There's, there's Crocs.
Oh, the best was those giant red boot things.
Well, there's Crocs. There's Croc boots. There's Croc sandals. There's platform Crocs. There's high-heeled Crocs.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yes, I do.
They were like the cartoon-looking ones that like went over a shoe or something.
That had a brief. That had a
yeah, right.
That had its moment. But there's a new trend, guys. You're gonna see you may see the kids wear these. Now you're gonna go what? Soccer cleats.
Come on, man.
People are wearing soccer cleats when they're not playing soccer in everyday life. So people have them on, like, just to run errands. And it's become a viral sensation with the hashtag #BootsOnlySummer.
What an annoying thing.
Right?
Because cleats get all muddy, and then you're tracking the mud everywhere.
And on hardwood floors or anything like that?
Right.
I mean, they're the plastic, or rubber cleats.
Sure.
Obviously not the metal ones.
It still gets all gunked up.
But hashtag #BootsOnlySummer is a thing, and it's turned into a fashion statement. Is it practical? No, not at all. Wearing studded boots on asphalt or concrete or tiled floor, it's dangerous. It's uncomfortable. You could slip and fall.
And you could also mess up your floors.
Not to mention the click-clacking sounds. The click-clacking sounds, guys.
Just wear tap shoes.
You might as well.
Like, honestly, they should, because ballerina shoes are, I hate it, but that's like a trend. Not like real ballerina shoes, but there's a type of slip-on called a ballerina shoe, and they look so dumb.
Look, Moon's got a video up.
And just think, if you're at the grocery store or something, you accidentally bump into someone wearing cleats, they're going to do the big flop thing and lay on the ground
that's
for
right.
a while.
And I'm going to run out with a red card.
Can we side tackle people?
These
Or slide
three are
tackle?
wearing jeans with them, too. Jeans and cleats.
Jeans and cleats, or, sweatpants and cleats, or shorts and cleats.
All I know is, man, if you slide studs up, you're going to hurt somebody.
Yeah. What if you, that makes tree climbing a little easier?
That's true.
girls doing
And
it?
that's a
Well,
good
imagine
point.
these on tile floors.
This is a joke.
It's not a joke.
They're
Hashtag
not even
boots only
cute.
summer.
Well, this dude's in a suit. He's going to prom with
Suits and cleats.
Come on now. Interesting.
Yeah. Guys, it's a pure vibe. I don't know.
Probably be good on the dance floor.
Yeah.
You're going to like prom or something. Be light. You'd be sliding around
Yeah.
like Sammy Davis Jr. and those bad boys.
Yeah, but everywhere you go, it's click, 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 click.
This is weird.
Boots only summer, guys. Let's get on this.
Hey, get you a giant red boot, though. Next Point Fest, I want to see Riz walk around with those little claymation.
Like cartoon.
Yeah, that
like the
claymation cartoon boot.
Like boots from, Dora the Explorer?
Is that what they're from?
I think so.
Why not wear like a fake-ass cast? You know what I'm saying? Like, my legs are broke. And you wear that, and that's a cool fashion statement.
You never know. You never know what's next. I mean, cleats. Wearing soccer cleats is a fashion statement.
When are we going to do cleats with pleats? That'd be nice.
Cleats with cleats?
Yeah.
It's too
Pleats
much.
and cleats.
Can't have that much texture.
Yeah, they're,
We had a store by us.
That's
that
a
was
yin
named
and a
Sneaks-
yang.
Sneaks and cleats.
Oh, God. I mean,
What'd
fine.
they sell?
Sneakers
and cleats.
It's great.
Oh, that's a
Great store.
Mothers loved that store. Get the
Oh, yeah.
kids' shoes just
No, you
taken
go there.
care
You
of.
go there for for your athletic
What the hell?
your athletic shoes. Sneaks and cleats.
you never seen those before?
No, what the hell?
Dude, are you serious?
Cartoon feet?
The cartoon feet.
Yeah, I don't think
Dude.
I've seen those either.
Really?
Are you
Oh.
Really?
serious?
When did these
this-
come
this-
out?
I think
Oh,
it was
my God.
Lil Wayne or somebody was wearing them, and then like a whole bunch of people were like, "Yeah, I gotta get some."
They're great.
Is that Pete Davidson? Of
Pete
course,
Davidson
he's got
wearing
'em on.
cartoon feet.
That is dumb as hell.
What?
Dumb as hell.
I mean,
And look very uncomfortable.
pretty funny though.
Yeah,
I
that
guess
is
we
awesome.
just don't understand fashion, and that's fine.
My Fred Flintstone feet.
That's the latest shoe trend is
Thank you.
soccer cleats. I guess society, we're at a point where our OnlyFans girls are, becoming the big celebrities of the day.
Yeah.
And I guess these OnlyFans stars are trying to one-up each other. Headline: OnlyFans Annie Knight talks about sleeping with 583 men in 6 hours. Quote, I was shocked how easy it was. So we have another one of these girls, these OnlyFans girls, sleeping with a giant amount of men in a certain time.
Well, this is a woman who I think she slept with like 24 guys in 24 hours. And then she thought she would only get like 200 guys.
Right.
And she doubled
so you
it.
know this story?
Yeah, I saw this story and I was like, whoa.
So her name is Annie Knight. She is an Australian OnlyFans star. She just pulled off something wild. She slept with 583 men in 6 hours. For her, it was she says it was a bucket list moment. And she was interviewed by Us Weekly just days after the event took place and admitted she was a bit nervous at first. She says the most I'd ever done before was 24 in a day. So 583, that's a big jump. But honestly, it was fine. I was shocked by how easy it was.
I just think, as a woman, I just think like, oh my God, you're going to have a yeast infection. Like something, you're going to be, it's raw. Like, wow. Whoa.
Well, so
Can we take the word shocked back? Like, nothing is shocking if everyone is shocked by everything.
This woman has no jaw. She has no chin. She's all eyeball.
she's in the
And she's
hospital.
very cute. She's in the hospital. She does have a yeast infection. My
She was
God.
hospitalized after doing this.
I would say so. You had how many? 580.
583 in 6 hours. Now, she actually got over 2,000 signups for the event, but she only expected maybe 200 guys to show up. When more than double that number walked through the door, she was totally excited. She says you just get so many no-shows, so I kind of planned for that. Seeing 583 guys actually turn up was amazing. I was very organized, so we were ready for it. One hiccup, though, guys. Her fluffer didn't show up.
Whoops.
The fluffer was a no-show.
Cold or something?
Now, Scott, why don't you tell the folks what a fluffer is?
Oh,
Oh, yeah. They're the ones that prepare people.
that's right.
Or keep you prepared.
Yeah.
Right.
But they're obviously not reliable. Jeez.
So her fluffer, the person who is in charge of keeping everybody ready, no-showed. That meant poor Annie had to do more work herself. More than she had planned. So after the event, a bunch of the guys actually messaged her saying, hey, thank you. And told her what, hey, this is number, 182 checking in. Thank you.
182?
Number, 423 checking in. Thank you. Some guys drove 6 hours to be there.
Hey, what are you doing this weekend, Dave?
Road trip.
I got a road trip going to see an old friend.
Seem to have your location turned off.
Yeah, I wonder why.
Going off the grid.
Is she paying all these performers?
No.
Oh, man.
No, this is
Pretty
free.
cheap.
Everybody wants to be part of something, right?
Yeah, what
Everybody
a
wants to be
cool
part of
dream.
something.
You may have this, but did you see the article about the other lady?
Bonnie Blue?
Uh-huh.
So, speaking of her, for those keeping score, so Annie Knight did 583 in 6 hours.
Okay.
Bonnie Blue was the other one. She claims she slept with 1,057 men in 12 hours. So if Annie had kept her pace going, she might have broken that record.
But wasn't there something faulty about that record?
She claims she slept with 1,057 men.
And was that the one where the mother came and picked her son up?
Yes,
Okay.
off the line.
Yes.
There's a couple people I'm sure that were going out and shaving their mustache real quick
And going
getting
back in line. Hey,
Hey, I'm back. I
you
mean,
look familiar.
You can shave your mustache, but
I'm
you
his
can't
brother.
shave your wiener.
Yes,
Oh, okay.
oh,
I'm not saying she would have identified that like in a lineup. But.
So listen, Annie, if Annie had
seen you
kept that
before.
pace at 5:83 in 6 hours, she would have broken the record. But for Annie, she says it's more about the experience than the numbers, guys.
You think she's like, the sun will come out tomorrow? Like she's singing stuff from Annie while she's getting plowed.
The warts will come out tomorrow.
Bet your bottom dollar I've got gonorrhea.
The whole thing bums me out.
She didn't
man.
use condoms, though, I read,
She
right?
did.
Yeah.
She did.
Thank God.
And, some people are criticizing the event. Annie says, listen, I'm used to the hate. People get so uptight. At the end of the day, these guys just want to have sex, and I'm providing a service for free.
Wow.
It really upsets me when people are mean to the guys who showed up. They're just living their lives and having fun.
That's their mothers, ma'am.
Annie thinks a lot of the negativity comes from jealousy or people just not understanding. No, I get it. What's not to understand about this?
I understand the men. Like, yeah, they're having a one and done experience. They're getting their rocks off. Good for you. You broke a record. Congrats. But I want to know, like, what is in it for her aside from the number being broken? Because the physicality of that has to not be fun. Like after a certain number, it's not fun anymore.
It's money and fame. She's
Yeah.
an OnlyFans person. She's trying to get. She's trying to
she's
get
trying to get as
headlines.
much money as she
And
can.
she's on, like, you type this in and it's on online. It's like every
I
publication
mean, this
has
is
it.
Us Weekly. So Us Weekly
Yeah.
is a big magazine. I mean, you get that.
Oh man, is that the one that with the spread of a celebrity tying their shoes? They're just like us.
Yes,
Yeah.
and that's the one.
This woman got plowed by 588
Well, and my
guys.
point
She's
is-
just like us.
One of my points is, in telling you the story, is we are getting kind of desensitized to this stuff.
You going to bring back the sensitivity?
No. I'm
Okay.
just saying we're at a point now where it was kind of shocking. Like, oh my
Stop.
God, that one chick, Bonnie Blue, slept with 1,057 men. Oh my God, that's crazy.
You're saying stop giving them headlines.
I'm not saying stop anything. I'm just saying Us Weekly is a magazine you could pick up when you're waiting when you're waiting in line at Schnucks.
Yeah.
Waiting for to put your stuff on the conveyor belt.
Next, Disney will be talking about it. It's crazy.
So this is a mainstream magazine, and this is an article in a mainstream magazine.
Huh.
This is not fringe stuff anymore. Like it or not, here we are. By the way, Annie's engaged. Just got engaged.
Lucky guy.
To number
named,
number 811.
This is an episode of The Bachelor I've never seen.
Henry Brayshaw is the lucky guy's name. So Us Weekly's like, she's not just breaking records. She's living her best life, too.
Coming to NBC this fall.
As she's in the hospital, you said?
As she's,
She's living her
hospital.
best.
Living her best life. Just a couple stitches should be fine.
Ugh.
There he is.
Look at this guy.
Oh, he looks nice. He looks like he doesn't care that his fiance's banging all these dudes.
Yeah.
No.
I hate to say
There's
it.
a little sadness in those
I was
eyes.
gonna say maybe this is a bad picture, but he got some dead eyes right here.
I think it's a sadness.
so.
That's my wife just banged 583 guys. And
He is kind of not looking in the camera. He's looking beyond
He's
it.
through it. Yeah. Like, are we seeing through you, or are you seeing through us?
Yeah, it's like Bo is afraid. That's the vibe.
Yes. Look, she's got the little tan tattoo. She's got a little Playboy there. Poking
she's
out.
a cutie. What happened?
Annie, what happened?
What happened?
That makes me sad. I'm sure everything's healthy though.
Yeah. I'm
Yeah,
sure.
I'm sure she's not pregnant.
I mean,
Well, she said
I
she
hope
used,
so.
their protection was used.
But how many?
You're really testing the statistics on condom efficiency at some point, right? When we hit this 500 to 1,000 mark,
Right.
Yeah, I mean,
you're really
let's-
testing that 99% effective or whatever.
Right, and if you play that game, if you play the numbers game, what is it?
One
out
is
of,
bound to get slip through the goalie.
1 out of 100 is
Whoa.
is perhaps.
I'm assuming
bad?
she's also on birth control.
I would hope.
Oh man,
That baby don't got no chin.
No chin. No, she's got a chin. It was a bad
Yeah, that was a
angle.
bad angle.
She has
She
a
looks
chin.
very cute.
She's a cute chick.
She's very pretty.
And she got an Australian accent.
Very good.
It's a bonus.
And that Bonnie Blue chick is English, and her accent's pretty cute, too.
they may have caught him in the worst position here because that's not.
This
his
guy's
best
not
look.
getting not photogenic. I feel your pain, brother.
So when you hear the one that did 1,057 men, she talks about all those guys and being, quote, run through. Which I don't like that term. I don't like that turn of phrase. I don't love that. But, listen, English people, they say funny things. But do you like the English accent?
Yeah, I do. I love accents. All of them.
What is your favorite of the accents?
I'd probably say Australian.
Australian?
I just think everybody's adorable and, what's the guy, the hot blonde that's like in all the superhero movies and he did that documentary?
Hemsworth.
Hogan.
Yes, Chris Hemsworth. He's Australian. And I could listen to him talk about whatever for the rest of my life.
Okay, so keep that in mind.
Okay.
So imagine you're pulling up a podcast, an educational podcast, or a podcast about, some informative podcast. What kind of accent would the host have to have for you to be like, ew, yuck?
Boston.
So Boston for you.
Goodbye.
Oh, I love Boston accents.
I can't.
The
I can't take it seriously.
What accent would you have to have the host have to be the most trusted or the least trusted? And this was a question that was asked to Americans.
Trusted.
So a recent survey asked people how they feel about various accents, especially when it comes to podcasting or TikTok or online content.
Americans.
How Americans feel about different accents from least liked to most trusted.
And I feel like the English one is the most trusted, but I'm not sure Americans would agree.
What
Really?
was the most disliked accent?
Like a Chicago accent.
Oh, Southern maybe?
Yeah, Californian or
What was the most
I miss the
disliked-
transatlantic days.
The most disliked
hate-
accent.
yeah, transatlantic was awesome.
South African and sometimes New Zealand accent. Like I think it's this guy's named Charlton something. He's like,
Charlton Copley?
yeah.
I love that
It's
accent.
like a mix between English and Australian, and it's the worst parts of both, and it's off-putting. The over in
Sounds like Bob Dylan.
Oh, I don't know.
It does kind of sound
I
like
know
Bob
that
Dylan,
accent.
actually.
But I will tell you, the Americans disliked the most the New York accent.
Oh, I'm sorry. Your
Yay.
people. Our apologies.
The New York accent came in last with almost 60% of people going, that's annoying.
Yeah, I can tolerate that one way better than Boston.
Only 1 in 10 people said they trust somebody who sounds like they're from New York. Even New Yorkers themselves are not fans. Almost half of all New Yorkers find their own accent annoying.
You need to
That's
stop
ridiculous.
saying tournament. People are upset.
But there's so many different New York accents. And there's like one in particular is just god awful.
I mean, there's New York City, there's Long Island.
Can you do them all? Give us the taste.
I mean, so people from Long Island say Long Island.
Long Island.
Long Island.
Yeah, that one gets a little yuppie.
And there's the Jersey accent.
What does that sound like?
That's almost like a Tony Soprano type of accent. And there's New York City accent, which is its own thing. So I cannot
About the
do all
Bronx.
That's a New York City kind of tough guy.
I was the guy.
Tough guy.
Yeah, I was with
They sound
guys
smart,
in
too.
the army that were from the Bronx, and they're very discerning.
Right, like it's a tough guy.
Yeah, they all seem like they
This
were.
is new.
I'm from the Bronx.
Yeah,
Right.
like they were in
Nice.
hardcore bands in high school, but then they grew out
That's
of
where
it.
this is new. That's
This is
New York. That's the city. Next disliked was the French accent.
Yeah.
Oh, I love the French
Really?
accent.
Yeah. 38% of Americans said the French accent left them feeling confused.
We don't like being confused.
Now, and French accents may sound romantic to some. Gen Z especially felt awkward with the French accent. 40% said it made them feel uncomfortable.
When I was a kid, I thought the German accent was horrible, but now I actually like it.
It's very rough. It's a rough accent.
Number 3, as far as disliked, was the non-regional American accent. Non-regional.
Is
Like
that-
our accent?
Like the Midwest kind of thing.
But we're pretty regional because we have this the Midwest mumble. We have like a mumble sort of thing, and we're not detecting it, but I'm telling you, everybody else does.
I'm trying to imagine a non-regional American accent. Maybe that's me.
Probably at this point.
I don't know. You still sound very New York.
Only in certain,
I don't think so.
only certain times.
Yeah, you're pretty flat.
I'm pretty flat. Then you got your Scottish accent.
Where you can hardly understand.
Yeah, that's even English people can't.
And that was
understand.
that's why it was like, it's like neutral, right in the middle. People find it interesting and distinct. And I kind of like hearing somebody with a Scottish accent.
I love it.
It's really cool. There was a like the coach manager of my favorite team for decades, Scottish guy, and I even heard this guy speak all the time. But every time he would speak, it was like I was like studying for a final. I was like super focused, trying to figure out just to make sure that I didn't miss anything, because it is such a almost like a whimsical sort of take on a British accent, where I felt like a cartoon was speaking to me all the time. But you got to like really bear down and focus and go, did I miss something?
Right. But it's interesting though. It engages me. If I hear somebody with a Scottish accent, it's so brash, and like it keeps me in a conversation, or it would keep me interested in hearing what this person's saying.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
It's like throaty and round, but I guess it's kind of brash at the same time too. A thick Irish accent is kind of interesting. That's got some flavor.
Australian was next as far as like goes. So Australian, then Latin American.
Australian, though, we see that as one. There's like 15 different Australian accents. When you go north, it's like difficult.
It's all Australian to me.
It's all Australian to me. It's crocodiles. It is nice.
Yeah,
And
I
they
mean,
got the right when it's the right one.
Is it your,
When it's the
your
right
Paul
one.
Hogan's and your and your crocodile?
East, west, or north?
Well, I go out at night, see a crocodile. Anybody like you're right. If they were doing like a presentation on how to use Microsoft PowerPoint, I'm probably paying more attention if it's an Australian or Scottish person giving that.
You change your Siri to a different accent?
No.
I know
should.
some people.
You want to go to this in the drop-down menu? And I'm like, okay, Mr. Paperclip. It's more interesting.
Yeah, I would
to
like
me
to say
than-
it would be more
You
interesting.
got a point. You got a good point.
Latin American, American Southern, and then the most liked was the British accent. As far as if you want somebody to be informative,
I'll
that's
tell
the
you.
accent
Can
want.
you do Australian Siri? Is that a thing?
I
You
tell
can
you
do
what.
Australian.
You know what one is really is actually
Changing that today.
fairly difficult to understand for most Americans is Portuguese, especially Brazilian Portuguese, because when they're learning English, they're not completely structuring the sentences the same. You know, so they're still kind of doing some of the backwards stuff, and that one can be tough. But you know what's really attractive? And there's a lot of Chileans up in St. Louis now, and their accent is beautiful.
I don't know if I've heard a
Beautiful.
Chilean accent, but that would be.
Pascal.
Would that be like Latin America? That would be Latin American, though, right?
Yeah.
I mean, that you just
like the
lumped an
mountain.
entire quadrant of the planet into one accent, and that's not. You know, like Polo's accent is very different than somebody from Argentina.
Yeah, true.
I
Now
just watched.
here's a good question though. And speaking of the way people speak, if your friends from college would secretly watch you having brunch with your mother-in-law, would they recognize you? So 14% of people said they often change the way they speak or act depending on who they're talking to.
Yeah, I mean, I would say I have a broad personality rather than a singular one.
32% say they do it sometimes, 27% do it rarely, 23% claim they never change who they are.
I feel like you are a singular personality through anyone you're talking to.
But yeah, well, I mean,
Nah, I think he's pretty adaptive.
I don't know. You're pretty consistent. I've witnessed.
depends on who.
But where are you witnessing him?
Well,
It's-
no, I've asked the question before of like when your in-laws come in town.
With the
like-
in-laws, no.
Yeah, so that's the question at hand. I mean, like with me, I don't cuss as much. I'm not as much of a bitch. No, my in-laws are very waspy. Like they're very like quiet, no cursing, Christian, good people. Like they're-
No,
you
I
know
mean,
what I'm saying?
and listen, we all do it. Stop it. We all do it.
Do you though? I mean, you sound like you don't.
No. Sometimes you got to go, "Shh, time to turn on the charm.
Clean it up.
Time to clean it up a little bit. And we all do it. Now, is it fake? I mean, to a degree.
I would say fake. I would just say it's a more buttoned up level of yourself.
This is who I really am.
Clean it up.
You turn up and turn down. I don't think it's inauthentic or phony, but you turn up or you dial up and dial down certain
Right.
parts of yourself depending on who you're with. Like that's a rule in improv is like comedic behavior is rigid. So when you do an improv scene, like however this crazy character would act in front of his friends, he acts the same way in front of the president of the United States. But I think for everybody else, like we have different calibrations of ourselves for our in-laws or for when we're talking to our kids. You're different with your kids.
It's a savvy social skill because sometimes we need to adapt to a situation or adjust to a situation.
I think some people are wildly different people.
Like if I'm having
That's always bizarre.
Like this version of Riz is not going to fly during a parent-teacher conference.
That would be awesome.
Right.
You know what I mean? You need to adjust and adapt to the situation. So I don't think it's a bad thing.
Till it goes too far.
That's a read the room. Like, hey, man, read the room.
I'm envious of people that don't change, though. I've always been that way. I'm like, oh man, because I feel like it's a level of people pleasing when you're so adaptable. It can get you a far way. But I really do. I love people that are consistently themselves through everyone, and it's rare, I guess, to find that. Like I find that to be kind of special in people. So,
But also annoying.
do you think?
Yeah, because it's a read the room situation.
Well, I feel like you have to be to a certain level.
It's a
You have to be to a certain level of financial security and a whole bunch of other stuff before you can just up and do one guy.
Yeah, right.
I'm sorry to say. Like,
No,
I mean,
it's
like,
true.
It's done nothing. When I was a more consistent, just like singular guy, it costs me. Because you just can't. You just can't. You can't play this game over here and then play this game over here. Like
I don't like to call it a game.
There's a balance.
I just like to call, listen, there's social situations that require one version of you and another for this. And, you can't be brash in church.
Yeah, like I've got a couple different
Depends on the church.
styles. Everybody, we all have different style outfits, right? And it's just like they're all you.
Yeah.
And like for this presentation, you're dressed like this, and for this presentation, you're dressed like this. There's just there's a time and a place, and there's a balance there.
My wife's cousin, who comes to town every once in a while, this is new guy who pats my belly. He is the same person all the time.
Right.
And you hate it.
And you admire it.
I don't hate it. I don't admire it either. I find it in certain situations like, dude, you got to chill out.
No, I love it. I don't know why I love it, but I just do. Like, I think that's admirable. Like, they're not pretending for nobody. And it does come with the repercussions of like, hey, some people you're not going to be, we're not for everyone, all of us.
Okay.
But that person at least is consistent the entire way through, and
but in
nobody makes
situations
them
where that kind of brashness
It's going to cost
is
you.
not needed, we've been in a place where somebody said to me, "Is that guy with you?" And I've said, "I've never met him."
I don't. What guy? I don't even see a guy.
Was that guy me? And be honest.
No, it
I
was
feel like I'm pretty.
It was my
I'm
wife's
fairly
cousin.
consistent, and it has cost me at times.
Is that guy with you? Never met him.
I don't know who
I
that
saw
is.
you walk in with him. I don't know. I don't know.
I thought he was the valet.
I got a guy. A guy who's a dear friend. The F word, every other word. And when we're out at a restaurant and there are like kids around, you can't be that.
It's going to cost you.
You gotta throttle it back a little bit.
Maybe he doesn't want to be invited to the children's stuff. Maybe he's like, I'm just going to keep throwing this
No,
out
not
there.
even to the children's stuff. It's just out in a restaurant.
You think that's his long play to not be invited anymore?
He's like, I'm going to be exactly who I am. and
No,
I
he
won't have
invited
to go to all
me
this
to go
crap.
where he was.
That's even better.
No, and I gotta go, man, I don't mean to be that guy,
Nerdy.
but can you quiet it down with the F word a little bit? Like, as people are looking at us, there's a 3-year-old
Who's
at
not
the
saying-
table next to us.
Yeah.
Like, dude, I know you don't have any kids, but you gotta calm down with that.
Say fluff for one day.
What? Use another word. So I wouldn't call it fake, or I would call it a savvy social skill to adjust and adapt yourself to a situation and your audience. And yes, there is a certain freedom to it, but you have to achieve a certain level
Sure.
to be afforded that freedom. where if it's F word every other word,
And it is.
and somebody goes, "Oh, look, that's awesome." I mean, that's you've done it.
I know.
You've done it.
That's success.
And maybe that is the ultimate goal.
Like, I look at Adam Sandler, and I'm like, he is the same everywhere.
So it seems.
Well, yeah, I don't know him personally.
I mean, he gets to wear baggy shorts everywhere.
But
That's
what I
only
mean.
in public.
I'm
And
not- I'm
at
not
his house,
sure.
he wears a tuxedo
Yep.
and stuff.
I'm not sure when he's at pitch meetings or anything. I mean, it seems, and again, he can afford it.
Right.
Yeah, he has
He's
reached
earned
that
it.
level.
Yeah.
Yeah, like
Shooby-doo.
I mean, my
Chalamet.
whole goal is to get to a point where I can afford to just be one guy.
Yeah.
And only be in scenarios that I so choose. I mean, isn't that
That's the goal.
isn't
That's
that-
the
yeah, isn't
dream.
that
I'm
success?
telling you, that's the dream.
Equals success.
And maybe we'll all get there someday. I don't know.
I feel like Joe Pesci is also that way, in the opposite direction, where you're probably getting the Joe Pesci 24/7.
Which Joe Pesci am I getting?
You're getting like the
Tall or short?
Will the real Joe Pesci stand up?
What if he doesn't sound
I saw
anything
it.
like that? What if he's Gilbert Gottfried, and like
I've
if
seen
you
interviews.
if you catch him in a library, he's like, "Could you please? I'm trying to read Bernard Shaw."
That would be hilarious, but I feel like he is the guy.
That'd be very disappointing.
I saw
I
like
want
an
the
interview
Joe
with like a
Pesci.
mob boss that had to pull him aside.
I want Joe Pesci from Goodfellas.
That's pretty much what you get, I think, because
Like that's the real Joe Pesci.
I saw like a documentary of like a guy that was a mobster that was like a consultant on one of the films, and Joe like insulted him, like busted his chops in front of everybody, and he's like, I had to pull Joe aside and be like, hey, that kind of stuff don't fly, Joe. And he's like, because he says to him, he's like, what do I got advice for you? How to not have a chin? How to have no neck? And he's like, I laughed it off in front of everybody because it's Joe, but I had to pull Joe aside and be like, Joe, that kind of stuff don't fly with the good guys, you know? And it's like, and he said, and then he insulted me again, and somehow I was okay with it. And he's like, me and Joe are cool. We're square. We've been good ever
We're
since.
square.
Yeah.
One more, he's gonna get a fist in the gut.
Yeah, it
though.
just seems like he has embodied that and like taken it everywhere with him.
Really.
He's
Maybe
at
I'm
that
wrong.
level though. He's at that level.
It'd be
It's
funny if
fine.
he was British.
I'm just telling
Oh.
you, it was a legitimate shock, and I do want to use that word here because when Gilbert was in the hallway and he came into the show, and he says, "Hey, could you please get me a glass of water?"
Oh,
I
Gilbert
can
Gottfried?
take this pill, and I just went,
I don't like that.
Yeah, I guess
don't
so,
like this.
man.
I don't like this Gilbert Gottfried.
"Tell Gilbert I'll get his water
Pill
for him
was
in
for
a
his
second."
voice.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
And
feel
then
like Jack Nicholson is also that way, probably.
Again, he can afford to be
Yeah,
the
he
way
seems
he
like
is.
he can wear sunglasses everywhere.
And we're cool with it. It's
Yep.
accepted. All right, listen, we got to take a break, but first. All right, Teamers Member of the Day is brought to us by Hot Shot Sports Bar and Grill, the official sports bar of the Riz Show and home to St. Louis sports fans since 1990. From Warden, Illinois, Andrew Shell is Member of the Day. Andrew has been a fan forever and knows listeners would love him to be a part of Team Riz, yes. We hype him up for the workday. He loves laughing at the things we talk about. Andrew works for EcoFlow Gutter Solutions. He loves to watch people smile and has a huge heart and loves helping people. Andrew Shell from Warden, Illinois is our Team Riz Member of the Day. Get the super sweet Team Riz Member of the Day soccer jersey. Get yourself signed up 1057thepoint.com/Team Riz. All right, Lern, what do you got for us?
Wolfgang Van Halen talks about his uncle Alex. Playboy Mansion has been restored. The Hunger Games prequel movie that's coming out, this cast actually is looking pretty fantastic. And a new crap on game that I'm asking you guys a question. How much would this cost to make for real?
All right, we got that. We got your crappy birthdays. We got the porno birthday. And what's something you see in movies that could never happen in real life? Think about some examples in your head. We'll chop it up next. Stay there. All right, welcome back to the program. Phone number 314-624-3833, 618-398-3833. The Coleman's Campers text line, 314-649-DUMB. The Mick Ultra Studio Cams, 1057thepoint.com/Riz. The socials at RIZZ Show. Your emails, RizShow1057thepoint.com. Crap on celebrities here in a moment. I believe we'll play Riz Show Password in just a little bit, give away some fabulous prizes. I do want to shout out our friends over at Glory Pro Wrestling. So Saturday and Sunday, They've got events over at the South Broadway Athletic Club, and all profits will be donated to tornado relief for St. Louis. So that's Saturday and Sunday, Road Warrior Cup 2, Glory Pro Wrestling. All proceeds, all profits will be donated to tornado relief efforts in St. Louis. More details, gloryprowrestling.com. That's gloryprowrestling.com. Hey, it's supposed to rain this weekend, so
Fantastic.
it's an inside thing. And also, you know, hey, Saturday also, Moon's going to be down at the Schlafly Tap Room.
Yep, barbecue and bargain bash.
And for every beer sold, $1 goes to tornado relief efforts.
Yep,
great.
Dirtbags take the stage 6:30 to 8. So that'll be fun. That'll be a fun event. Doing good too.
Doing good. You know, we're all cinephiles here. We love the movies. And you know, when you watch a movie, you got to suspend disbelief. But what's something you see in movies that never could ever happen in real life? And you know, we've had lists like this before. I thought of some more, but I don't know, first thing that pops in your mind, what's something that you see in a movie that could never happen in real life?
Like, I think always about them, like, getting out through the sewers, like Shawshank Redemption, or like Die Hard, you're in the air vents and they're like clean. That's not a thing.
That was
Not
a big
getting
one I
cut.
thought of too.
yeah. The air ducts are not that
Clean
clean.
air ducts
Right.
in an office building. They're probably grosser than anything.
Yeah, they never call Zero Res to come out and. clean
Yeah,
them
I
out.
mean, they're when John McClane is going through those air ducts, they're perfectly clean.
Yeah.
No dust to be found.
It's incredible.
Incredible. Rafe, what do you think of? First thing you think of. What's something you see in movies that could never happen in real life?
I'll even go simpler. Like, you never see the bartender just leave the bottle. This happens all the time in movies. Where it's like, leave the bottle.
Oh, yeah.
And they just leave the whole bottle of vodka or whatever
So you can
on
pour
the bar. So you
yourself.
can pour for yourself. I'm like, no, there's nobody doing that.
Yeah. That's illegal.
You know
Is
what
it
I'm doing
illegal?
that?
Maybe. Seems like it would be. You have
Leave
no
the
idea
bottle.
how
You're
much
right.
you're drinking.
Yeah. You never see a calm chief of police either. You never see a chief of police in any movie that's like, all right, guys, got a little out of control out there. Let's just take it down a notch. It's always like an angry. I don't feel like anyone with that kind of anger issue could be in charge in real life.
I also don't think that detectives are making big paper circles and like actually pinning things up on a board. That's not happening, especially in this digital age.
Oh, you don't think they're taking string and
Yeah. Hannibal Lecter was here, and then he ate this person, and then he ate this. Like, that's not happening.
Yeah.
All right, Jodie Foster.
he ate somebody here and he ate somebody there and he ate somebody. Oh, my God. Hey,
It formed a pentagram.
it's a pentagram.
It's a pentagram. We found him.
It all makes sense. Scott, what's something you see in the movies that never happens in real life?
Well, we often will always close the door behind us when we leave our house or anything like that. And in the movies, they never close doors. They just walk right out, and it doesn't matter. They could
Doors
be
never
in-
close, yes.
in the middle of nowhere, woods, and they're going to leave the door open.
Moon?
My big one that is always on my mind, and I don't have a problem with it necessarily, but it jumps out off the page, is if you've ever written anything like this kind of stuff, and I'm sure, Rafe, you can attest to this, any sort of expositional thing that is just like on the nose.
Yeah. Laying the pipe, they call that.
Yeah, right. Like,
What? I thought that meant something else.
It
Not
does.
in script writing.
no, yeah. So let's say there's like a family, and between the family, they clearly know something that happened in their past, and if they're like, hey, do you remember that one time that our barn blew up and killed our cousins? You know what I mean? Like, and they're like explaining a backstory because it's about to be relevant, and you're like, of course they know that. The whole movie is based on that. So like
Yes.
expositional sort of script stuff that pops out that just seems a little on the nose and draggy, that always jumps out. And the other thing, dude, is I'm familiar with guns. You know, I use guns, whatever.
All the
Now
time.
your middle
Every
name
day.
is Gun.
Yeah,
Every
I heard
day.
it this
He's
morning
Moon
on
Gun
the
Day.
Moon Gun
And
Valjean.
I can never stay in the moment when there's like some inside gun battle, and then as soon as it's done, everybody's like, "Oh man, blah 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 blah," and they're talking at a normal volume as if you could hear anything.
Oh, they'd be deaf.
Are you out of your mind?
ear
Do you-
protection.
Speaking of ear
do
protection,
you know how loud that room had to have
Oh,
been?
yeah.
dude, you look like you have huge gauges ears right now with
Oh,
these headphones that
headphones.
you
What
have
do you
on.
mean?
Yeah,
He's wearing-
just take a good look on the YouTube
I
stream.
used
You look
to.
like you have like a zero gauge.
I used to. I can still put a pencil through this.
Yeah,
thing.
you're right, by the way, about the ear protection.
The ear protection thing
firearms.
just drives me insane. And every once in a while, you'll see somebody like put a gun over his shoulder, and like fire that. I'm like, oh my god, that guy's head just exploded for sure, dude. He can't hear anything.
All right, so here are some good ones. Explosions always make people fly through the air unharmed.
Right.
Like in reality, explosions are way more dangerous.
Sure.
People finding parking spots right in front of where they got to go.
Oh yeah.
You never see anybody circle the block for 20 minutes.
And you never see anybody wait. Like they go in and get a coffee and they're like, boop, right up to the top.
Right.
You know what I mean? Nobody waits for anything.
Hacking into any system in seconds with just rapid typing.
Oh yeah.
Click, 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 click. I'm in the mainframe. What? Real hacking is slow and tedious and far less glamorous.
Oh, dude, I was watching it's a movie with Aaron Eckhart and the 300 guy. What's it? Gerard Butler.
Gerard Butler?
It's London Has Fallen.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah, that
and I
movie's
saw that.
awesome.
good.
Is it though? Because
It is.
They're so fun. I love
the first time I saw it. I was
It
like,
is what it
whatever,
is.
dude. His script, anything that Gerard Butler is saying is just cheese. I can't even believe he's taking it seriously.
He's now become, I think, my favorite.
But
I won't miss any of his films.
So they killed everybody. Like they capture London. They kill every world leader except for the American president, right? And then they spend the entire movie trying to get him. And then when they get him, the whole plan is they're going to behead him on film. And the whole thing is like they're trying to get Wi-Fi back and all this kind of stuff. And finally they do. And what does the bad guy do? He wastes another 7 minutes. And then dies right before he goes.
It's villains explaining their entire evil plan to the hero.
That's what I'm saying.
Instead
Like
of just getting rid of him.
You've been spending this last couple hours trying to get the Wi-Fi going so you can get this on film, and now it's live, and you're going to waste another 7 minutes.
best.
Get out of here.
I also think that people are like in a heat of the moment, getting ready to kill somebody, and they hold the gun up to them for like way too long. Like that doesn't happen. You get killed immediately. People are not thinking it through.
You don't point a gun at something that you're not willing to fire it at right away.
Right.
There's also the infinite ammo. That's a big one. CPR instantly reviving people.
Yeah.
Couple dramatic chest compressions and it's all good. Back to normal.
I'd also like to say the female orgasm. That always happens way too fast, and there's not enough attention to detail.
Wasn't on my list,
I don't know.
but okay.
I never noticed that.
Well, one that
Always seemed to.
We need more time.
there's another one that's pretty funny is how in a horror film or something they'll choke somebody and they die almost instantly.
Yeah.
Right.
They barely touch their neck and they're
Bullet wounds are just mere inconveniences.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, people getting shot all the time. They're like, "I'll make it." And you're like, "I'll make it." You didn't even scream.
Yeah, dude, you were shot, brother.
Yeah, man. Like I'd be trying not to pass out.
You got an exit wound, brother.
It could have hit my toe, and I'm trying to breathe deeply so I don't pass out.
They get shot in the navel, and then the next scene they're like, "It's a flesh wound." I go, "What through your navel, bro?" It's like
They're
all your
vital
guts
organs.
are back there.
They're vital. You probably punctured.
You don't even have ribs in that area.
Yeah, I'm sure. I'm pretty sure Gerard Butler took a 6-inch blade into the side.
Have you heard of sepsis, brother? You probably you probably punctured an intestine.
That's just a flesh wound. I'm like, you're leaking raw sewage out of the bullet hole right now.
And you never see the raw sewage. It's always just the blood.
Instant DNA or fingerprints. Like in reality, forensics takes weeks, or at least days. Mm-hmm. Getting knocked out by one punch and then just waking up like it's fine.
Or just
like hours later.
Also knocking people out in one try. Just like when someone needs to be knocked out in a movie, you're like, with the butt of a gun. They're like, "Ugh." And I'm like, no one's ever like, "Ow, why'd you do that?" You never have like a second or third try at knocking somebody out.
No concussion, no problem.
But yeah, that's the thing. It's like when a good guy gets knocked out or knocks somebody out for their good and then drags them to the next location, they wake up and they're like, "Why'd you do that? Everything's fine now. There's no protocol. I'm not dizzy. I'll go fight a battle with
Right.
you."
Nobody poops himself when they die either.
Right.
Well, maybe they do. It's just not showing it.
Well, I want to hear
It's
it. One
assumed.
time I want when the guy's like,
Want to hear it?
actually my son. They close his eyes. They close his eyes with their fingers like,
Yeah.
Might take you out of the moment.
How about amnesia that only erases specific memories? Like real memory loss is far less selective or convenient. Oh, police officers getting suspended, but working the case anyway.
I know.
Yes.
You're not working for free, Troy.
Not to mention doing $8 million in property damage and just getting put on probation.
Yeah, but you got
You're on thin ice, Murphy.
but you got the bad guy.
Dude, you
killed
blew up 4
everybody,
bridges today. You're on thin ice with the mayor.
You're suspended. No, dude, you're going to jail.
You're gonna get yelled at.
You're going to jail, man.
Sorry for solving the case.
Oh, that's the other
Yeah,
thing
man,
too.
you caught the shoplifter, but you blew up 4 bridges.
All my police buddies and all that, they're always like, yeah, there's never any sort of scenes with all the paperwork that's involved.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like there's just like endless paperwork in police work, and they're like, yeah, you don't see that in the movies.
None of that. Yeah,
I just heard
you don't see Riggs.
Conan O'Brien was talking about that with his sibling. He would make him do, like, he wanted it to be real if he was a cop, so he'd make him do paperwork anytime they wanted to play cops and robbers. He's like, well, you got to do paperwork.
Villains waiting their turn to fight the hero one by one.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. One of my favorite SNL sketches that's hard to find is called The Plucky Ninjas, and it was a John Goodman episode it was during the Sandler Farley era where they're all sitting around talking about it. It's like a bunch of ninjas that just got their butts kicked by the good guy, and he's like, all right, let's go over what went wrong with the fight. And somebody's like, I think maybe if we stopped attacking them one at a time.
Yeah.
What if we all ganged up on them at once? He goes, well, that's a dumb idea. Next.
The one by one gang up, the one by one fighting.
Right.
It's,
Nobody's patient.
all right, guys, this is not working. What do we do next? Big romantic gestures at the airport, too. Security would never allow this stuff. Security would never allow you to run to the gate.
No.
So listen, we love movies, but again, you got to suspend disbelief sometimes. All right, let's do crap on celebrities. All right, time to find out what's going on in the world of music and entertainment with your crap on celebrities.
And we begin with this. Wolfgang Van Halen says his uncle Alex doesn't get enough credit as a drummer. And he said that he would have lauded as one of the greatest drummers of all time if he hadn't gotten overshadowed by his brother, Eddie Van Halen. Here's a little bit of Wolfie talking about Alex being one of the greatest drummers.
So the video, it's a 21-minute video. Have you watched any of it?
No, I haven't watched it.
It's very good. It's very sweet.
This is the Drumeo video where he's talking about, and he's actually playing drums.
So Wolfgang is behind a kit, and he's watching videos of his uncle playing, commenting on, and you would love it too, Moon, because he talks about equipment.
Okay.
It's from a drumming website.
Yeah, the Drumeo series is
super successful, and it's pretty well done. I still think the whole Alex thing he blew it. If he just left that book alone. This is what is good for his mystique, is letting everybody else talk about him. Let everybody else, like, you would have had your moment if that's what you were looking for.
Well, no, but that's what Alex, or that's what Wolfie's talking about, is like his brother, or Alex Van Halen got overshadowed by Eddie Van Halen. Everybody focused on Eddie. And so he did kind of he did do that. He was just like, he was hoping maybe somebody would talk about him. And nobody ever did, and he had to write a book. And anyway,
well, here's Wolfgang Van Halen.
I think if he wasn't in a band with Eddie Van Halen, I think he would be lauded as one of the best, greatest drummers of all time. I think he's the closest drummer out there that ever got, close to Bonham in terms of that feel. When you hear Al play, you know it's him.
Well, it's also his uncle.
Yeah, well, yes.
Listen to the beginning of Hot for Teacher. I mean, my God, that beginning drum part is freaking.
It sounds like a damn motorcycle. Yeah. Wolfie also talked about going out on the road with his dad and how it was actually very beneficial to Eddie Van Halen in that time because of a little substance use that was happening.
All right, here's Wolfgang.
I think it was ever part of a plan that one day you would join the band and all that kind of stuff?
No, it literally just happened. Dad was newly sober. I mean, the reason he really drank the most was because of his anxiety. Yeah, Eddie Van Halen he got very anxious before shows, and that's why he drank. And I think having me there really centered him.
Now, let's ask Michael Anthony what he feels about that.
Right. Oh, whoops. Did you ever see Van Halen with Wolfgang up there?
No.
That's the only version of Van Halen I got to see, and it was pretty cool.
The only version of Van Halen I got to see was Eddie. It was Alex. It was Michael. And Gary Sharon.
Oh, yes.
And Gary.
The forgotten years. Sweet Gary.
Oh, sweet Gary.
I'm sure it was
Sweet
fine.
Gary Sharon.
I
sure
bet
it
it
was
was
fine.
fine.
At the time, it was fine.
Yeah.
Because at the time, you were, this was 1996. Or no, 1998.
Did he hit it all? Did he rip?
I don't remember.
I bet
Oh,
you
no.
did. And you saw Eddie and Alex Van Halen.
Yeah, it's sweet.
So he
sang this. I
yeah,
didn't
I know.
dis.
I think it's like I think it's like a cool thing to remember it poorly because
Because that was
one
of
days.
all the Van Halen eras. I mean, it was like
The most
the
forgotten.
Van Halen 3 album was not that great.
Yeah.
I'm glad you also had like a mundane experience. Because, I mean, even though I got to see 3/4 of Van Halen with Dave,
I'll tell you all about it.
it was not very good. They had just released A Different Kind of Truth, which was the last Van Halen album, and it was not good.
But we are going to go see DLR at the Factory.
Yes, August 25th.
We're going. How's that show selling?
I think it's selling well. It's not sold out yet.
How could that not? What is wrong with you?
What
St.
is wrong?
Louis?
You know what it is? They're all afraid it's not going to be good. And I'm telling you, it's going to be an experience.
You're not going to
You,
see.
you just
a
told
good
us that you
show.
saw him with the Van Halen brothers and it wasn't good.
Well, that was because of that record, and they played too much off of that new
You're
record.
not going to see a good show.
No.
Yeah.
We are going
Yes, you are.
to party.
You're going to see David Lee Roth.
You will have a good time. You're going for the good time.
That's right.
You're not going for the music. You're going for the man.
Meet us there, please.
Come.
Come
Commiserate.
join us.
If we get to meet
Bring your
David Lee
katana.
Roth,
and we're gonna.
and we are going to,
You know how hyped I'll be? I might leave my body.
we're all going to leave our bodies.
You guys might have to just say goodbye to me. that
I've
night.
met David Lee Roth,
And?
and we had a good time.
And we will have a good
And?
time on August 25th.
And I cannot say anything more. It's going to be in the book.
Okay.
Fine.
If you will he remember you?
Possibly. He will definitely remember the time.
Okay.
He may not remember the person that he was with, but he will remember the time.
It might have been the wildest day of your life and like his Tuesday.
It was. It was one of the most wild things I've ever experienced.
Wow.
And it was just a day for him.
What if we set up a dojo for him? Because he's going to probably get in town. He's playing DuQuoin on Saturday. He's going to probably be at the Four Seasons Saturday night, Sunday, have the day off before the Monday show. What if we get in contact with his management, say, listen, we have set up a dojo for you.
We want to do karate with him.
We would like to come and put our gis on.
We
and
would
have an
like to do
experience.
kata with David Lee Roth.
Dude, if I get to do a kata with David Lee Roth,
Can you imagine?
I'm going. I'm going to heaven.
Yeah.
We have an
Rafe's
in.
passing away on August 25th.
We have an in with the West County Premier Martial Arts, so we can get in there.
Yes,
I think
we
we-
Go.
I think we should really just like a welcome wagon to St. Louis from the Riz Show. Here's what we can
will
offer
contact Sensei Brett.
Sensei Brett,
Sensei Roth.
we're bringing in
Sensei
DLR.
Brett. He'll shut down the place for us.
you. What if we buy him a katana that we give to him?
Like gift him one?
Yes. We all throw in.
I'm gonna take my money now.
I'm just trying to get
We
us
got
back
time.
there.
We got time.
Anyway, in other news, a 5-part documentary on Martin Scorsese is in the works for Apple TV. So this is going to be really cool. The project promises to explore all of his work, Taxi Driver, Goodfellas, The Departed, Killers of the Flower Moon, and more. Some of the people sitting down for the interviews, many of his close friends and recurrent characters, Robert De Niro, Leonardo DiCaprio, Mick Jagger, Robbie Robertson, Sharon Stone, Jodie Foster, just to name a few. Even somebody like Steven Spielberg will be interviewed for this this small, 5-part docu-series that's coming to Apple TV. No real details on when it will be released, but I look forward to this. He's very interesting. Congratulations to Jimmy Kimmel, who is now a grandpa, making him the first sitting late-night host since Johnny Carson to become a grandparent. Here is Jimmy's announcement on becoming a grandpa.
We are back to work after an extra day off. We were supposed to have a show last night, but we didn't because my daughter had a baby last night. Katie and her husband, Will, had a baby girl right at the time we shoot our show last night. The baby's very healthy. Her name is Melania. It's Melania the Stallion is her name. Her name is Patty, like the melt, but with an I, not a Y.
Oh,
So congrats to Kimmel.
congrats.
Part of the Young Grandpa Club. The Buffalo Bills are going to be featured on this season's edition of Hard Knocks. The long-running HBO show takes fans inside the training camp before the NFL season begins. So this will premiere on August 5th. And Roger Goodell added that the season will follow the NFC East. It's the second year that the in-season version of the show followed an entire
You guys
division.
watch the Hard Knocks?
I've watched a little bit of it before.
I like it.
Yeah, it's cool. If you're an NFL fan, I mean,
I like
it's the
it. I
best.
like the whole rookie, drama, who's getting cut, who's not getting cut. Some savage moments on there too. When they find out they're cut. Was Hard Knocks when there's a famous scene of a guy thinking he's still on the team and his key card not working? Was it the Jets? I think maybe it was the Jets.
I did watch the Jets one.
And he's got a backpack on and he's walking up to the training facility.
Is that the one where I kept interviewing his wife? And his wife's like, he's going to make it this year.
Maybe. And he walks up to the training facility. It's a big glass door, and he puts his card up. And
That
ain't
sucks.
working. They shut off the key card before they told him.
Yeah. Everybody worries about that here whenever our key cards don't work. Whoops.
It's happened to me a couple times.
Just turn around, get in your car, and leave.
Yeah. Bye.
I would, they tell you usually that you're fired or you didn't make the team, and then they shut your key card off. Oops.
Well, I'm sure Donnie Fandango's very excited that the Buffalo Bills will be the subject August
Yes.
5th, HBO. Movie news. Okay, so we've been talking about this Hunger Games prequel. Like, it's been kind of leaking out who is going to be on the cast. And, Rafe Fiennes is going to be President Snow. Elle Fanning is going to be Effie Trinket. And so I was like, okay. But then this kind of sealed the deal for me today whenever I saw...
So Effie is the one that...
is played by the chick from 40-Year-Old Virgin.
Right.
Gosh, I can't think of her damn name. She's really cute. We all love her.
Yeah,
she's
she's
really
great.
funny.
and she's a director, too.
Yes, she directs.
That was her name. Oh, anyway.
Anyway, but that wasn't sealing it for me. But now that Kieran Culkin is involved, I'm excited.
Oh, really?
I
Yeah.
feel like anything he attaches himself to is actually very good.
He's the Stanley Tucci character, right?
He is. So he's going to be playing Caesar Flickerman in the prequel for Hunger Games, Sunrise on the Reaping. That was Stanley Tucci's part in the original movie. Very flamboyant.
Right.
Very kind of like great role.
I like those movies.
I do too. I haven't watched the very last one, but I've watched all the sequels before that.
And what's her name?
Elle
Elizabeth.
Fanning.
No. The
Elizabeth,
Elizabeth Banks.
Elizabeth Banks. That's right.
Thanks.
So I look forward to this now. I mean, you guys are Kieran Culkin fans. I mean, I
Love
feel like
him.
he's
Yeah.
great.
He's one of those guys that he is the same character.
Doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter what movie he's in, what show he's on. He's always the guy from Succession. He's always
fine.
the brother from Succession. Always
We
the same
want it.
character, which is fine, and he does it well.
If you watch Bill Maher, you've probably heard him talk about his dispensary that he owns with Woody Harrelson. It's called The Woods. It's on Santa Monica Boulevard, and it's an upscale place. They have a consumption lounge in the backyard garden. They got cabana rooms that you can rent out. There's a treehouse room, and it was robbed on Saturday night. 5 different guys broke through the front window. They filled up bags with stolen product, fled the scene in a black sedan, took about $3,000 worth of stuff. And then I guess police say they are going to have a hard time identifying the suspects because they're all wearing hoodies and masks. And then I guess the same group of people tried to rob other dispensaries in the same area.
Wow, I mean, some balls to do that.
Yeah.
Usually those places are locked down pretty good.
I know. And this is owned by a celeb. He owns this with Woody Harrelson. It's called The Woods. That's the dispensary, which is so
Yeah,
cute.
those places are pretty tightly secured.
I would think so.
So they did it during the day?
They did it at 4:30 in the morning.
Oh, so it was closed.
It was closed.
How'd they get in?
They busted through the window. They just, boom, in through the window, got as much as they could, got out. So we will be hearing about this probably on Friday nights, real time with Bill Maher. Austin Butler and Zoe Kravitz star in an upcoming crime movie called Caught Stealing. Was watching the trailer for this. And
It didn't get me.
Austin Butler, okay, this is what I thought when I watched it. It reminded me of Train Spotting meets like Reservoir Dogs.
It's a Darren Aronofsky movie?
It is, yeah.
It didn't,
You didn't
and I
what you
like his
saw?
movies.
What did you not like about it?
I don't know, it just didn't grab me.
Okay. There's like a cool punk rock guy that lives in a...
You know what? I'm not a big Zoe Kravitz fan. I'll be honest with you.
Why? What's wrong? Nepotism? What is it?
I don't know.
She's so beautiful and
She
fun
is.
and cool.
She's all right.
I just don't like her as an actress.
That
Oh.
that last Austin Butler thing was poo poo.
The motorcycle movie?
Yeah, bike riders.
Yeah, I watched that.
It was like
It was just whatever.
there was nothingness. It was like cool look, cool scene. What are they going to do here? And then it was over, and I go, what just happened?
Well, this
There's
movie...
only room for one Kravitz in my life. It's Lenny.
Fine. And he's coming to town.
Yeah, and he'll be here in September.
The film has Austin Butler starring as Hank Thompson, a down on his luck former baseball player who's suddenly immersed in a New York City crime scene underworld in the late 1990s. Zoe Kravitz plays his love interest. Lots of F words in the trailer. And this was based on a book, so it's called "Caught Stealing." I thought you would have loved this. It's New York.
In
Been
the late
caught
90s.
stealing
I
is a
was
James
living in New York in
Addiction
the late
song.
90s.
That's
in
what I
a
mean.
Crappy apartment.
I just saw a guy rollerblader around the building.
You did?
Yeah, it looked like
me.
Grizz.
You're
Yeah.
in this. Anyway, Caught Stealing will hit theaters August 29th. The Playboy Mansion has been restored to its former glory. So the infamous party mansion, previously owned by the late Hugh Hefner, got a major facelift after its new owner, who's a billionaire, named Darren Metropoulos, purchased the property back in 2016 for a whopping $100 million. Now, I guess the deal was that Hugh Hefner got to live there until he died. And then after he died, this billionaire guy took over. And so he reportedly did around $10 million in renovations, restored a lot of the...
you needed a deep clean on that
Oh,
place.
God.
Yikes.
Yes. Yeah. Yes. But it looked really cool. I'm fascinated by big houses that are
Is the
iconic.
grotto still there?
It is.
Oh,
It's restored.
They kept the grotto.
they
Yeah,
kept
the
the
deal
grotto.
was, Hugh got to live in the house because I know there were some money issues before he died. And I like that they let him live, his final years out in his famous mansion.
Yeah. That's nice.
That is nice. It's a nice piece of property.
They made a gym. I guess one of the pools was drained, and they made it into a gym. But I believe the grotto is still intact. I walked through the whole house. They have a video of it. It's pretty cool. All right, and finally, just one question. I'm going to see who gets the best answer here.
Okay.
So the Starship Enterprise, right? How much would the Star Trek ship be to make in real dollars?
Oh,
because
geez.
some number crunchers at this website called Slash Films, they attempted to figure it out how much it would cost to build the USS Enterprise from Star Trek.
Oh,
And I
God.
have the numbers on how much it would be to actually blast this thing into space and maintain it. So I'm just going to ask, and I can ask you all these questions if
Okay,
you think.
let's go around the room.
All right, so to build the Enterprise, how much do you think it would cost, Riz?
Okay, I would think it's a big ship.
It's huge.
That's a big ship. I'm going to say, man, it's tough to have a starting point here.
I know.
And to launch it into
This is
space.
maintenance
Don't
as
think
well.
about the launching. Just think about the building of the aircraft, and then I will tell you how much it would be to
I'm going to
blast this
say
thing into
it
space.
is.
Are we including personnel?
I have the salary of the 430 crew members that would be on
Jeez.
it. That's a
Okay.
different number. I'm going to ask you four different
I'm going to
questions.
say 20 billion.
20 billion. Okay, Moon, what do you think?
Dude, I'm trying to think of what it looks like, and it's that big old oval with the two
Yeah.
things behind it.
Yeah.
And those aren't cheap anymore.
So
No,
if,
not those big
In a
things.
holodeck
I'm going to say so if they're making
and
400
a food materializer.
Yeah, exactly. If they're making $400 million jets, and this thing is 500 times the size, I will say $5 billion.
Okay.
What did you say?
He said 20.
billion.
20 billion? Okay, now I'll change it to 10 billion
Okay.
Yeah, we're definitely talking billions.
for sure.
Rafe
right?
Dean.
Rafe Dean
Because the
says,
enormity
I think
of
it's
it.
going to be a wildly drastic, huge number. I think it's going to be $65 billion.
Okay. And King Scott.
I mean, the size of that thing and all the technologies in it, plus you guys forgot about tariffs.
Oh, yeah. How could we
That has
forget?
increased
Oh,
it. So
yeah.
I'm going to say it's closer to, I'm going to go $1 trillion.
$1 trillion.
All right, the winner of this round of how much would that damn thing cost? Congratulations to Moon Valjean.
Oh,
So it
We
would
can build
cost
it that cheap?
$13 billion to build.
But yeah, that's,
To build.
Okay.
Okay. Second question. Now we're blasting this mofo into space. So it is a $13 billion aircraft. How much do you think, in U.S. dollars, it
To
would
get that
cost
thing up?
to get that thing up there?
5 trillion.
Okay, you're saying 5.
What's the cost of one big helium balloon?
I'm going to say, to get this thing up there, you said $1 trillion?
I said 5 trillion.
5 trillion, no.
Dude,
Way less.
You think so?
Yeah.
I mean,
We've
okay.
already built the thing. Now we just got to get it up there.
No way. I think that way exceeds the build. The build is the easy part. Now you have to launch it, dude. Think about the personnel,
Dude,
all the stuff
You
that
could
has to
beam
go.
it.
we're just,
Strap a rocket to it, man.
we're just getting it up in the air at this point. We've
No
already
way.
built it. I'm going to say
I might be.
$1 billion. $1 billion.
$1 billion.
You think it's cheaper than the build?
I think so. To get it up there?
I think the build is
Once
the
we
cheaper.
get it up
I'll
there,
say
we're good.
$3 billion.
You're crazy.
$3 billion from Rafe and then King Scott.
I also think it's cheaper than the build.
Yeah, I think it's a lot cheaper, but I'll go $8 billion.
Okay. Are these the Price is Right rules where you can't go over?
Yeah, just
Doesn't
whoever's
matter?
closest.
I hope not.
Congratulations to Moon Valjean.
Oh,
It would cost $3.3 trillion to blast
Whoa.
the
Get outta
Enterprise
here.
up
I
to
don't believe
space.
that.
Okay, and then the last round.
Got it backwards.
I do, because the rockets aren't the expensive parts.
They would probably
anymore.
build it in space anyway.
3.3 trillion?
That's a
Yes.
great point.
They'd probably build it up in
That's
space.
a great point. You're right.
Crazy.
Guys, we know nothing about rocket science, by the way. We've
No.
proven Moon
What?
does. The rest of us know
You are the
nothing.
rocket scientist of this show.
Well, it's a fascinating venture.
But you guys did ask about, the crew members, and there will be 430 crew members on here, and they will be paid salaries.
Okay, so salaries.
So, but also, you need to maintain the machine. So I'm going to actually incorporate these two numbers into one. So it is the maintenance of the Enterprise with the crew member salaries
Salaries.
added in.
Yeah.
How much do you think that is?
And this is just to operate the Enterprise, by the way.
$10 million a year per person.
You need to do your own math.
Oh, I'm sorry.
What is
That's
that? 430 million?
What?
400. So
That's what
400 mil.
No, because you said four. There's 430 people.
Crew members, yes.
430 times
10 mil.
It's
That's It's 4 billion.
4
right?
billion.
okay, and then
4
you're
billion,
I didn't
also
know
adding
that
in the
was-
maintenance.
I didn't know that.
No,
we
is
had-
the cost.
maintenance. I'm going to say another. I'll say I'm going to say 500. So I'm
With
going to say $1
maintenance.
trillion
$1 trillion.
total.
Okay.
for
500 million for maintenance, 400 something for staff.
staffing and maintenance. Okay.
900 billion. put me at 900 billion, please. 900 billion.
900 billion.
900
Show me $900 billion.
Okay, staff and maintenance. I'm going to say 10 bill. 10 bill.
Okay. Rafe?
10 bill. I'm going to take, you got captain's log. That costs money. There's uniforms. You get 2 uniforms per year, per diem, per day on each person.
Yeah, only 2 uniforms. That's
At
right.
the food
But the
vaporizer.
but the uniforms don't have much flair.
No, but that neoprene's not cheap. Trust me. Neoprene's not cheap, brother. They're all wearing those space wetsuits.
Is that how that works? My calculator
Gotta
says
think about the away
4.33
team.
E9.
I'm going to say, by the time you pick up, and who knows what the Klingons are asking for.
That's true.
We don't even know. I don't even know what currency they're using.
Yeah.
I'll say maintenance and pay will be, this is yearly?
Yes.
Okay, one light year of maintenance and pay will be around $27 billion.
Okay. And Scott.
Dang. I'm going to go. Oh, this is easy. $17.5 billion.
I mean,
Wow.
think of the money. We can't get an elevator to last more than a month in this building.
On this building.
Right.
Think
Okay.
of the maintenance.
I'm going to go through everything again real fast. Keep that going. So, to build the USS Enterprise from Star Trek, it would cost $13 billion. To launch it into space, it would be $3.3 trillion.
That's a lot.
To keep the maintenance up and to pay salary wages to all of the 430 crew members, it would cost.
Excuse me, there were 403 members on,
And
on the Enterprise.
Oh, I
none of you are close.
Oh.
It would only be $13 million.
Oh, they are underpaid. Form a union, for God's sake.
You guys went shot
Get
to the
together
moon.
and form a union. You
all
are
right.
being
Excuse me,
drastically underpaid.
There were many different versions of the Enterprise. What version were we talking about?
Imagine being
these
the guy
are these
making minimum
volunteers?
wage on the Enterprise.
Yes,
Are
all
these
of them.
fools volunteer? These are prisoners.
They
They
have nowhere
put
to go.
prisoners into
They have
space.
to stay up there.
Oh, what kind of idiocy is this?
Well, it's crap on celebrities.
Is there insurance? What's the, yeah?
Apparently
Oh,
not.
yeah, what's their
These people are
benefits?
just.
Well, they just go to the medical bay and they just fuse everything back
Are
together.
we talking salary and bennies?
Yeah.
How much would it cost to? Let's say you have the expertise. Okay, let's say any of us have the expertise to work anything on this thing
Am I
and
a
be in
normal
space.
crew member? Or am I am I part of the
I don't know, man.
leadership?
You could
Everybody
be-
gets paid
Like a
equally.
leadership role?
No, you're in the middle. You're middle class.
Well, what's military? I mean, you're in the military, right?
I didn't say military. I said middle class. You're in the middle class. You're a staff member. Pick
yeah,
your
but
expertise.
is the Enterprise? I'm not a Star Trek guy. okay?
Listen, you're in communications.
Are they a member of the military? Is it the military?
Yes, sure.
Is it?
I mean, your guess is as good as anyone.
No, let's
else's.
take that out of it. Let's take that out of it. All right, it's a private company. They're asking you, they're like, hey, We need a radio guy. We need a radio DJ.
We need entertainment.
Yeah. What's
We need
your,
a morning radio talk show host on the Enterprise.
That's 430.
Good morning, Enterprise.
There's 403 people listening.
You're listening to 105.7 The Beam.
So you're going to wake them up every day, 4-hour morning show. What's your minimum?
Minimum? I don't know. I'm away from my family.
No, your family's up there. But I'm saying you got to be in space with all the inherent risks.
You live in a flying mall.
Beam me up,
You know?
Scotty practically writes itself here.
Yes.
With Klingons out there, it's going to be well into the six figures.
Yeah, these people
It's
are being
well into
entertained.
the six figures.
Yeah, these guys are not.
I'm in
working around
constant
the clock.
danger.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. Who knows what kind of space aliens are
I'm
after
just
you.
going to be on the ship and those tribbles, right? Remember
Coming up after the break.
Remember the trouble with tribbles?
Coming up after the break, would you date a Romulan?
All right.
Celebrity celebrating a birthday today, Alexander Dowling. That's Queen Anne on the BBC's Three Musketeers, or The Musketeers. Also, Game of Thrones fan. She will always be Rosalind Frey. She's 35. Novak Djokovic is that Serbian tennis stud. He's 38. Apollo Ono is 43. Allison Eastwood, Clint's daughter, who's in Bronco Billy, Any Which Way You Can, Tightrope, Absolute Power, and some other things. She also posed for Playboy in 2003. She's 53. Naomi Campbell is 55. Johnny Gill from New Edition is 59. Morrissey is 66. And Bernie Taupin, Elton John's brilliant songwriting partner, is 75 years old today.
All right, today's porno birthday, which is being brought to you by Patricia's, where fun and fantasy meet, is Whitney Wonders. And today's birthday girl has been in 105 films, including Big Knockers 9, 13, 20, and 23. She was in Bodybuilders and Heat 20, Cougars on the Hunt.
Almost a sentence for a name.
Whitney Wonders.
Whitney Wonders.
Double Airbags 23. She was in Hooter Nation 4, The House of Hoochies, More Than a Handful 6, Sensuous Catfights. She was in a movie called Wonder Boobs, and who could forget her role in 1995's A Nightmare on, that's right, Lesbian Street. Whitney Wonders is 55 years old. That's your porno birthday. Those are your crappy birthdays, and that was your crap on celebrities.
How much does
Freddie's glove on that one had different thing. Didn't have blades on it.
Gosh.
How much does the Enterprise pay? Whitney Wonders.
Whitney does. All right, we'll take a break. We'll come back, and we will play Riz Show Password. That's right. Riz Show Password. And we're going to give away some prizes, including tickets for the sold-out Ice 9 Kill Show, which is happening next Tuesday night, May 27th, over the pageant. We got tickets to go see Static X with Guar next Wednesday at the pageant. We got tickets for the Sesanta Tour featuring Primus, Perfect Circle, and Pussifer next Thursday at the Hollywood Casino Amphitheater. And we got tickets to go see Mammoth with special guest Miles Kennedy, November 25th over the Factory. So, 314-624-3833, 618-398-3833 if you want to play Password with us. So, you guys on the phone, you'll pick a teammate. Rafe will administer the password. We will use one-word clues, and you will have to guess what the password is. We'll go back and forth. 2 out of 3 right, you win your choice of prizes. Please, for the love of God, pay attention to the other people's clues and guesses. 314-624-3833, 618-398-3833. Riz Show Password is next. Hey, there's a hot debate going on right now. So when you're calling a store to ask, like, let's say, how late they're open, or if you have something in stock, do you introduce yourself? Like, hi, my name is Rafe Williams. I was wondering how late you're open tonight. Or, hi, my name is Lauren Elwell. I'm wondering if you have toilet paper in stock.
No, I don't. No, I would just say, hi, I'm wondering.
Right.
Not introduce myself.
There's a thing going viral where a woman says she always introduces herself on the phone when calling places, like a restaurant to make a reservation. She says it's just common courtesy.
I think I do too.
I do, especially for reservation if it's a restaurant you're trying to get into.
I think I do too.
You do?
I haven't thought about this, but yeah, I'm kind of taking myself through things that I've had to call, and I've been on the phone way more than I like to. Like I told you, trying to handle my brother's stuff, and yeah, I think every time I introduce myself,
Even when just calling for, like, do you have toilet paper, or do you have this in stock?
I don't know the
Or
last
making a reservation for
I think so. I think so because it kind of sets up the phone call for a bit more of a. I hate to say formal because I think that doesn't represent it right, but yeah, a more shall we say civilized conversation.
Well, and somebody says it's a common courtesy, and this started this debate online. You know, with some being like, "Hey, I always introduce myself," and others like, "No," unless they specifically ask for a name.
Well, so I I don't hear my kids talking too much on the phone, obviously, because they really don't do it. But something that I remembered a few, I guess it was a few months ago, somebody had to call somebody's parent, and they called and they said, and I realized like my kid was frozen when they called this parent, and I realized, I never had to have that talk like my parents did, where they said, hey, when you call Kevin's house, if Kevin's mom answers, you have to say this.
Hello, Mrs. Kevin's mom.
You say, hi, this is so-and-so. Is so-and-so there? You know, like you.
That was the script when you were younger.
Yeah, you greet, you present.
For what it's worth, okay, a call center worker says that she loves it when people introduce themselves up front, but another person who's been a receptionist for over 10 years says that she makes fun of people who do that because, quote, why do I care? Just tell me what the hell you need.
Yeah.
Sounds like somebody either really old or really young. That sounds like a 74-year-old or a 24-year-old.
I split the diff where I think I ask how they are. I do, and I don't know if they like that or not. But
I do
I'll
too.
be like, when someone answers at a call center, I'll be like, hey, how are you doing today? And then they'll be like, oh, I'm good. Thanks for asking.
All right, pretend
then I
you're
say
calling.
what I need.
Pretend you're calling Target, asking if they have
Sure.
something. I'm Target guy.
Okay. I'm calling you. You have to answer.
You gotta say
ring, ring.
Ring, ring. Hello, Target, Brentwood Promenade.
Hey, how you doing today, man?
What do you need?
Okay, what a jerk.
Parking, first of all, if it's the problem.
That is awesome.
Calling to see if you guys had any personalities in stock.
Clearly not.
Oh, this guy's asking how I am. Okay, fine, sir. What do you need?
When's the new Nate Berkus line of pillows coming out?
Oh, the new fall lineup is in stores now.
Could you please set aside 90 pillows for me?
You know what they're going to say, you ask something like that. Man, I don't know. Come in and find out. What do you want me
Please
to run?
hold for betting.
What, you want me to run all the way over
Target.
there?
You're our Target expert. Is Nate Berkus still does he still make stuff there?
I haven't been to Target for a while.
What?
Whoa.
Uh-oh.
I don't want to get into it.
Hard-hitting report.
Trouble in paradise?
I'm trying to save
Did you
money.
max out your Target card?
Yes.
Oh, she's a self-imposed exile.
Yeah.
You have a Target card?
Yeah, we do.
None of your business. No, I don't. I have one credit card. I decline on those things. I don't have more than one.
10% off.
No, one time.
10% off.
One time. No, every time.
Well, I didn't know that.
Yeah,
No.
we got a Target card.
I can't keep track of all the I have one card. It's fine.
That's the one. I pay all the bills at our house.
We're here for the perks, baby. We're here for the perks.
I get enough perks in my Visa.
That's so Target is the one card when it comes in the mail. My wife goes, "Could you just put it on my desk?
Because it's so
I'll take
racked
care of
up.
this."
Yeah, I understand the problem.
Like I'll do all the other bills. I'll take care of the water bill. I'll take care of the electric bill, the gas bill, the mortgage, all that stuff. But when the Target bill comes, she goes, "Can you just put it on my desk?"
Don't open it.
Hilarious.
Just put it on my desk.
And you know what? Respect.
Cool.
I respect that. All right, let's give away some stuff. Hi, my name is Scott Rizzuto, and
What are you wearing?
I want to give away some things. And this contest is sponsored by...
It is sponsored by CarStar, your auto body repair expert. Hail damage, see them at carstar.com. Man, the other thing with the name thing, I was always jealous. You know, when you saw these movies where you actually met like an old timer that came up and was like, "Hi, this is I'm H.G. Eaton," or whatever. You know, like they had like
H.G.
two
Eaton.
That's a
letters or
great-
something.
He'd be eaten.
Restaurant name.
But they always like introduce themselves as like this full name, as if they were an author or something. Like, I don't know, man. I was like, someday, perhaps I will get to that point.
He be eaten.
No, you know what I'm saying. I couldn't think of any other better names.
Hyman Eaton. What?
Yeah.
No.
Whoa. Well, password.
Stole one of the passwords.
let's
Thanks
play-
a lot.
Oh, sorry.
Let's play again.
All right, we're playing Riz Show Password. Okay. So we'll get you on the phone here. We'll get two people, and you guys get to pick your teammates. Myself, Moon, Lern, or King Scott. Rafe will administer the password and explain how this works, Rafe.
I will give the password. It is a one-word password. There won't be proper nouns. For example, Marilyn Monroe will not be. But, you know, you can use that as a clue. But if you're going to use proper names as a clue, you got to use one word. You can't say Marilyn Monroe. You have to say Monroe or Marilyn. Moving on. If you are close on a word, I will say form of, meaning if the word is pharmacy and you say pharmacist, I will say form of. You have one chance to correct your answer, or it will go to the next person. And if I say if it's pharmacy and I say form of and you say cupcake, that's on you. And that's pretty much the rules. After 5, I will repeat myself. I'll repeat all the clues if we get through 5 rounds of no one guessing correctly.
Okay. I have a great feeling about this.
Me too.
Everything's going to go swimmingly well.
Me too.
All right, we got,
Let's get it
I mean,
started.
for God's sakes, we got Ice 9 Kills tickets.
Oh, yeah. Sold out.
Sold out show at the pageant next Tuesday. We got Static X tickets. We got Sesanta Tour tickets. And we got Mammoth tickets. Let's go to Bobby in Manchester. Hello, Bobby.
Hey there, guys. My name is Bobby. I just want to see if you got any Metallica tickets.
Nope,
in
we have
stock.
no Metallica tickets.
Way to go, Bobby.
Oh, we're going to spin the wheel. I was going to have him pick.
Oh, yeah. Okay. We'll
Should
have
we
them
spin the
pick.
wheel or have him pick, Rafe?
Have him pick.
Have him pick. But once they're picked, they're off the table for the next round. So
That's
just
right.
so you know. Bobby, pick somebody.
Well, I got to go with my boy Riz.
Oh, Bobby.
Oh, that was foolish.
Bobby. All right.
You fool.
I got faith in you.
And us, Bobby. Hang on.
Yes, and us.
Chris.
Yeah.
All right, pick somebody.
Moon.
All right.
You fool.
He's your target guy.
All right.
right,
So it's me and Bobby versus Chris and Moon. Okay. Rafe will administer the password. Okay.
Okay. All right, because
Password has been administered.
Riz, you were chosen first. You will go first this round. After that, winner chooses to play or pass. But for the first round, Riz and I believe Bobby. Riz, please administer your clue.
Bobby.
Yep.
Tongue.
Tongue. Tongue.
Mouth.
Mouth.
Mouth is the guess. Incorrect. Moon Valjean.
Chris, your word is lollipop.
Lollipop. Okay. Lick.
My man.
Booyah.
It was lick.
The Lollipop Boys.
It was lick. Yeah, but and listen, I could have no other word first, Bobby.
Suck.
Sorry.
Yep, sorry about that.
So that's
You
fine.
did it. You
It's
did it,
fine.
Chris. Great job, dude. You put
It's
it
fine.
together.
Good job.
We worked
You listened to the prior clues. You played the game
excellently
correctly.
well.
Okay, lick was the word. Next word is
Then the second word is being administered, and eye rolls are happening around the room.
okay.
Have it?
Yes.
You feel like it's going to be a tough one? Moon Valjean, you won the last round. Would you like to play or pass?
Me and Chris are going to play.
Chris and Moon will
because
play.
You guys are gonna play.
He's a smarty pants.
Okay.
Alrighty.
Okay, your clue is climax.
Climax. Orgasm.
Damn, dude.
That's it. Woo! Sorry, Bobby.
Get out of here, Bobby.
Congrats, Chris.
Cleaners on that.
Good job,
All right,
Chris.
Chris.
Well done, bro.
Chris might be our best password player I've ever had on the phone.
Yeah.
Chris, what do you want?
2 clues.
What do you got again?
Einstein Kills, Static X, Sesanta Tour with Primus in a Perfect Circle, or tickets to go see Mammoth.
We'll do Mammoth.
Mammoth, November 25th, over at the factory. Hang on 1 second. Get you all set up. All right, that was fun.
Great job, dude.
Rich. Hello.
Morning. Happy birthday, Riz.
Thanks, buddy. You got Lern or you got King Scott?
I want King Scott.
King Scott
Yeah,
and
you
Rich. Okay.
Great name.
And we've got Steven. Steven.
Hey, how's it going? My name is Steven. Do you guys have any room on Lauren's team, please?
Yes.
Oh,
one
yeah.
spot
Lauren's
left.
Team, yes.
All right.
Man.
So
Team Lauren.
it's Rich and King and Steven and Lern. Okay, here we go. Rafe is administering the password right now.
You guys want to see it or you want to play?
I think I want to play.
Okay.
Did you see it? Okay, I want to play. Here we go. King,
All
you're
right,
first.
King, you're first because you were chosen first. Okay. Please administer your first clue now.
Baseball.
Baseball.
Bat.
He says bat.
That is incorrect.
Incorrect.
Baseball and bat.
All right, Steven. Grass.
Grass.
Field.
Form of.
Form of.
Baseball field. Diamond. I don't know.
Incorrect.
Just give me a thumbs up or thumbs down if it's the word.
Got it.
Okay, so King Scott now.
King Scott, please administer a clue.
Bases.
Bases, field, and baseball. Stadium.
Paying attention to Lern's benefit.
All right, Steven. Dirt.
Infield.
Yes.
There we go. Wow. Good job.
Infield, yes. Nice.
Very good.
Jaws of defeat.
Nice. Steven.
Sorry, Rich.
Okay. Well, that's Rich's fault. Rich, you blew that one yourself.
You blew it,
'cause
Rich.
You
Form
blew
of.
that one.
I blew it, guys.
He said field, then they said form of. So you know field is in there.
Yeah.
Form
It's
of
in the
Infield.
word.
Form of the word. Not
Form of the
It was either
word.
outfield or infield, but we
Right.
didn't get there. We
But
did on
you
the
said
second try.
click.
Good job, Steven.
You screwed up, Rich.
I clicked late.
We got it. We're going to.
All right, next word. Next word.
All right, Lern, you won the round. You have the option to play or pass with Steven.
I will play. Steven.
Yes.
Hang on. Let me ask if I can say this word.
I know what you're going to say, and my answer is yes.
Okay.
We're synced. We got this.
Okay, Steven, get in my brain. Here we go. Parton.
Parton.
Parton?
Parton.
Parton. Parton.
Immunity.
No.
You did your part.
Let's see here.
King Scott, please administer your clue.
Oh, boy.
Are you in
What
a
is
waffle
that
maker?
buzzing? Jesus.
What's happening?
Scott, hurry up.
Barbie.
Barbie. Barbie.
Ken.
Sorry, what?
Ken.
Steven.
And, yeah.
Steven, are you ready for this? Are you ready, Steven? Boobs.
Let's go.
Boobs.
What is it?
Boobs. B-O-O-B-S. Boobs.
Fake.
Fake.
What are we doing here, guys?
I don't know. King Scott? Unbelievably, to my shock and amazement, you're getting another chance at this.
This is awesome. Okay. We're going to go for country.
Country.
Never.
I have no idea. Bra.
Bra.
Oh my gosh.
Okay,
No.
Steven. Okay, Steven, have you listened to all the other clues?
I mean, it's,
Yes.
Okay, you
Moon
have
and
them in
I
your
are-
brain?
Moon and I got it. I mean,
Here we go, pal. Here we go. Jolene.
Jolene.
Oh.
Dolly.
Thank
Show
you.
me.
Good job on that.
Dolly was the
Guys,
word.
I was
Sorry,
thinking
Rich.
9 to 5. I'm like, how do I say it? 9?
She said her
Nine.
last name.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
he got
Parton.
it.
He said
he
he
even
thought said
spelled
pardon.
it.
Yeah. He doesn't know how to spell pardon. It's fine.
No, that's Steve, but Steven won
Steven.
anyway. It's fine. What do you want, Steven?
Yes.
Good job,
Team
Steven.
Learn rules.
Aw.
What do you want?
Sorry, Rich.
What do you got left?
He'll tell you later.
Yeah,
Okay,
whatever.
but Steven's having a day. Congrats, pal.
All right, last round. Amanda, everybody's up for grabs here. Who do you want to be with?
Let's do Moon.
All right, Amanda and Moon.
Yeah, Amanda, you fool.
And Corey, hello.
Let's go. Riz.
Mistakes were made.
Who's
Stop
who's
whispering.
hiding under the bed while they're playing this game?
All right, here we go. Let's go.
All right. All right.
Administer the word.
All right,
Rafe.
first word coming at you, boys.
Oh, okay.
And my God.
Is there a gremlin?
Are you
on the
okay
phone?
right now, dude? There's a goblin on the phone.
All right, Amanda.
I know what you're going to say first, and I want this clue.
All right, Amanda. Amanda, are you prepared?
Maybe.
Okay, here we go. Here is your
Don't
clue.
be prepared, Amanda.
Here's your clue. Duck. D-U-C-K. Duck.
Duck.
Bird.
No.
Corey. Ming.
Ming. M-I-N-G. Ming.
Goose?
What? What was that?
Did he say
I
goose?
don't know what Ming is.
Jeez, come on, Corey.
We
Okay.
got Corey mid-bong rip there.
Hey. No.
Okay. Amanda, your second clue from me is
we're
legacy.
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 I have no idea.
It's okay. It's okay.
Any word?
No word.
It's okay.
Thank you, because I'm not as confused as you.
Oh, Corey.
Go
I
ahead.
need these Maynard tickets.
Go
Come
ahead,
on,
Riz.
man.
Go
and
ahead,
legacy.
Riz.
Okay.
Need a clue from Riz. 5.
Era.
Era. E-R-A. Era.
Not you, Amanda.
Swift?
No. Use the words that we already said.
Okay. Amanda. Don't forget that first one. But let's go back to royalty.
Royalty. I've got nothing. Stuck.
All right. We've gone through 5, so I'm going to repeat them before Riz administers the
Corey.
6th password.
Pay attention.
Here, let this fire
Here are the
guy go by so I can hear you. 1 sec.
Let's hold for Corey so he gets
St.
the
Louis,
answer out here.
let's wait.
We're good.
Let's wait.
You want to
wait.
take? Hey, man, you want to go meditate real quick?
Yeah, can I?
Yeah.
Because apparently I need it.
All right.
All right, Corey.
We'll get a bong rip.
If the scenario suits you now, I'm going to redo the words. First clue, duck. Second, Ming. Third, legacy. Fourth, era. Fifth, royalty. Duck, Ming, legacy, era, royalty, and now Riz will administer. Unbelievable.
Do you need another word?
I know it.
Okay, Amanda, shut up. It's not your turn.
You know
I
it?
don't like that.
Corey, do you need another word?
Yes.
Yeah.
Chinese.
Chinese.
Amanda, stop it. Be quiet.
Yeah,
Corey.
You said you knew it and you're still working it out, it sounds like.
Gonna need an answer, fire truck. Okay, Amanda.
God.
The next
Yes.
clue is succession.
Succession.
Dynasty.
Corey. Duck Dynasty, the Ming Dynasty. It's an era, royalty. I mean, I was running out of words.
We noticed.
Beard.
Oh, you were good to go.
Well, I mean, I had a couple more.
You had all words loaded up. What would be your next word?
Hereditary.
I would have
Not a bad
never
clue.
got that.
Not a bad clue.
You and Corey never would have gotten that.
I was waiting for someone to get into like championships.
Right.
You guys should have told me I was playing before the bong rips.
Or
Let's lock in.
96
Corey.
Bulls.
Lock in.
Let's lock in, Corey. Okay.
Okay.
Here we
Oh,
go.
man.
New clue coming at you. Because you won Moon Valjean, you do have the option to play.
You know what, Corey? I think you deserve a chance. Go ahead, Riz.
Okay. Corey. Oh boy. Okay.
First clue.
Okay.
Pay attention, Amanda, but don't answer.
Corey. This is gonna be. I'll have to. Well.
But do just
Okay.
just do it.
Foot.
Foot.
Shoe.
Shoe. No, it's incorrect. Good guess, though.
Okay, Amanda, your clue is soul. S-O-L-E. Soul.
Shoe?
Oh my God!
You guys
I'm
already said
gonna go get a
shoe.
drink. I'm done with this.
Just to recap real
Oh, I
quick.
did not hear what he said.
He said shoe.
It's because you're in your panic room, Amanda. What are we
I
doing?
need to be in my panic room.
Amanda's hiding under a bed.
Okay.
Corey is
Back to
smoking
you.
too
Amanda,
much.
would you like to say your address so we can notify the authorities to come get you?
Corey. Corey.
Yeah.
Bottom.
Bottom.
Heel.
Yeah, baby. He said heel. He did it.
It was yours.
Yes.
It was
Halfway to Maynard.
Yes, we did it.
Now we gotta-
Sorry.
It all comes
Amanda?
down
We did it.
We gotta go through
Amanda.
this one more
Oh,
time.
my God. I'm
wasn't
so
shoe?
proud of
to the
us.
final word.
It was not
Okay.
shoe. It,
Okay.
All right.
Failure.
No, you're doing,
doing
great.
great.
I mean, you're under a lot of duress.
Okay.
Being in the middle of a kidnapping and everything while you're playing this
I'm
game.
going to pass. I'm going to pass.
you're gonna pass?
I'm going to pass to you.
Riz is passing. So, Moon Valjean, please administer to Corey the first clue for the new password.
Okay.
One's in a field of fire trucks and EMT vehicles. The other's hiding under
Somebody's
a
alarm. I
futon.
think.
Goodness
Are
gracious.
you breaking into cars, Corey? Because I hear an alarm going off.
All right, Amanda, listen.
All right.
All right, we're gonna say park.
Park. P-A-R-K, like Corey. Stop breaking into parked cars.
Park.
Swing?
Park what? Swing. No. Okay, Corey. Corey.
Yep.
Corey.
Shh, be cool, man. The cops are walking by.
Listen to me carefully. Listen to me carefully, Corey. Corey.
What's bad as I look around?
Corey, listen to me.
Hi.
Johnny.
Johnny.
Spot.
Okay.
Spot, which is what Corey is seeing in front of him right now.
Okay. Now remember, Amanda. Your next clue is sit.
Sit. Sit.
Throne?
Okay.
Throne.
Okay. Corey.
Yep.
Corey. 4 tickets to go see Maynard.
Lock it in.
It's a lot of tickets.
Seat.
Seat.
Toilet.
Doing great, bud. Back to Moon. Didn't think this one would get this far.
Amanda, the next one is work.
Work.
Work? Porta potty?
Why are we
Oh my
going
God.
down the toilet route?
Because
All right.
it's
Why
a
are we
You're
show.
listening to that
Hey,
fool's
hey,
guesses and making them your clues. Put it together.
clues-
And
No,
what do
she's
you got?
supposed to listen to
The
him.
clues you guys have, I don't know what the word is, but that's exactly what I thought it was because of your clues.
Yeah, your clues are sounding like this is a toilet.
Here are the.
Not.
Right.
No one
That's
is
Listen to
what
what
I
I'm
thought.
on
Listen.
Corey and Amanda's.
Stop leading the players.
Okay.
I will repeat the
Corey.
words. We're on 5th. Corey,
Tell me
listen.
this
Pay
is not-
attention.
The clues thus far given. Park.
Okay.
Johnny. Sit. Seat. Work.
How is that not
How is that
Okay,
not
you're
a
right. You're
toilet?
right. You're right.
100%?
You're right. No, you're right.
Not with
Park, Johnny, sit, seat, work, and now the 6th clue.
wooden.
Wooden.
Bench. Yes.
Finally give up your life of crime.
I hate to say it, Rich, but I didn't think you were going to give it
We
to me.
did it, buddy.
Wow.
We did it.
We did
We
it.
did it.
Excited.
Oh, I'm so excited.
Corey's
Hang on,
hyped,
Corey.
dude. Sorry.
I don't know.
Sorry,
Man,
Amanda.
higher than a freaking kite.
I don't know how to feel. I just don't know how to feel.
Okay.
Well, I mean, you got the Johnny Bench part, right? I
Well,
thought
yes, of
since I was
course.
talking to a dude.
I don't
Yeah,
know
I
what
got-
Johnny
I got
Bench
that.
means.
Well, but I thought maybe Corey's a baseball fan.
Oh.
I was hoping she would just listen to me. Like, I mean, like, park, sit. I mean, She already said swing, so like there's only one other thing you sit on in a bed at a park.
Well, toilet.
It's a bench.
Or toilet.
She found the one other thing to sit on at the park and said it.
Oh, that drove me crazy.
We did it, guys. Another successful password
stressful.
game. Yes.
It is
Everybody's
so
all stressed
stressful.
out. My stomach hurts.
I hate losing.
All right, let's do WTF. WTF is a Johnny Bench.
It's a person.
It's a person.
It was a catcher.
Listen.
You got to be from a certain era, and I understand that might have been. I was glad when you said that because I was like, if he's not a baseball fan, like a baseball fan, he ain't gonna get that.
Yeah, I was
opening it up.
I was playing the odds. Like
Yeah,
maybe you'll be a baseball fan.
No, it was good. It was. I mean, it was a good disaster.
It was fun. All right, let's do some news next.
Somebody's yelling at us for being upset.
Well, it's frustrating. You know, it's fine.
Hey, man.
I'm glad Corey won.
It's a hard game.
We all are.
It's okay.
Sorry, Amanda, that not only did you get abducted today, but you also didn't win Ice 9 tickets.
We were so close.
All right, let's do some news.
Oh, yeah. We gonna do some news.
And your news being sponsored by
Schicker Auto Group, your headquarters for American-made Ford, Chrysler, Dodge, Ram, and Jeep vehicles. Shop local. Visit shopschicker.com.
Lern, we still have up on our socials that STL tornado recovery thing.
Yeah, that Google Doc.
The Google Doc.
Mhm.
So if you're looking to help out in the recovery efforts, help people in need, hit up our socials. There's a great resource we got up there, what people need, where to go if you want to volunteer, different charitable endeavors if you want to donate money to. But, you know, with the good, of course, comes the bad. And police say 3 guys have been arrested accused of stealing copper wire from some of the areas hit by the tornado in St. Louis and in Granite City. So authorities have identified the suspects as 37-year-old Jesse Page, 44-year-old Joshua Mueller, and a guy named Jeffrey McPeak. So you got Jesse, Josh, and Jeff. All 3 now facing charges of tampering with utility service and stealing property valued at $750 or more. So cops say they first noticed a suspicious pickup truck with Illinois license plates in one of the storm-damaged neighborhoods. Police were keeping an eye on them. They wound up stopping the truck. They found bare copper wire in the bed of the truck. And Granite City officials specifically are saying that it's all copper wire from downed power lines. So, crime of opportunity, and these guys rolling, and not just in St. Louis City, but in Granite City, and just stealing copper from places they can.
You're not supposed to pick up downed wires.
No.
And they did.
No. In the wake of the deadly tornado that hit the area, AT&T is stepping up to help people stay connected as the recovery efforts continue. AT&T announced it will waive overage charges and provide unlimited talk, text, and data for both postpaid and prepaid customers in the hardest hit zip codes. And the offer extends through June 18th, ensuring people affected won't have to worry about any extra charges during the time. Along with free phone service, AT&T has set up free public charging stations for anyone still without power. So if you need something charged up, if you need a phone charged up, at the Community Center on MLK Drive, Fire Station 10 at Kennerly Avenue, Fire Station 12 on West Florissant Avenue, and the North Patrol Division on Union. So a 5th charging station dedicated for first responders is available at the Command Center on North Kings Highway Boulevard. So AT&T has deployed mobile cell sites and brought in its disaster recovery team to help people with connectivity issues in impacted neighborhoods. And they're also donating $50,000 to split between the United Way of Greater St. Louis and the Urban League of Metropolitan St. Louis, and will match employee donations at both organizations. I know Lern yesterday off the air was talking about wanting to see the corpse flower or smell the corpse flower, so we got a date over at the Missouri Botanical Garden.
Hit me.
So I think I want to go with you.
Okay.
Yeah, I want to smell this weed.
Let's go smell how nasty this flower smells.
So the Missouri Botanical Garden is preparing for the highly anticipated bloom of Lucy, the resident corpse flower. Lucy is a 7-year-old plant. It weighs 30 pounds. It was gifted to the Botanical Garden in 2019 by the Greater Des Moines Botanical Garden. Now, for the first time since that corpse flower got here, she is about to put on a once-in-a-decade show. So corpse flowers, native to Indonesia, listed as endangered, are famous for their huge size and unforgettable odor, which smells like rotting flesh.
Yes.
So the bloom is a rare event that typically lasts just 24 hours. And people come from far and wide to catch a whiff of this thing. So garden experts estimate that Lucy will bloom sometime between May 29th and June 5th.
Whew, guys, this is big. Well, Maynard is in town with a perfect circle on May 29th, so I can't go that night.
Right.
But this is a big deal. This is next weekend, essentially.
May 29th through June 5th. It's going to bloom sometime between then. So the Botanical Garden will announce the exact timing on their social media. Lucy is currently on display inside the Climatron, and viewing is included with your regular garden admission. So let's keep our eye on the social medias and let's roll down there.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we'll have 24 hours.
So, real quick, do you guys care about seeing it or just smelling
No,
it?
I want to see it. I want to smell it. I want to take a photo with it.
I want to lick it.
Fine.
Do they allow that at
No.
the Botanical Garden?
I don't think we can get close. I think they have like a. You can't even
around
touch it. Yeah.
There's a stanchion around it.
This is like is it like the rose in Sleeping Beauty?
Yeah, sort of. It's all glowing and under glass.
Whoa.
Or you're thinking Beauty and the Beast.
It is insane.
Oh,
looking.
yeah, Beauty and the Beast.
Yeah, it's cool looking, isn't it?
It is insane looking.
I like, how tall is it?
It's 30 pounds. So.
Right.
It's pretty friggin' huge.
Like, am I taller than the
what does it
corpse
look like?
flower?
All right, I'll
Is
show
it
you.
beautiful?
Kind of looks like a crocodile
it's very
without his
neat.
head open.
It, like,
Does it look like I imagine the Little Shop of Horrors plant
That's pretty much what it looks like.
Kinda, but
opening up.
It's still on its facing up.
Yeah. It's got wide hips, right?
So it's got this I don't know.
Feed me, Seymour.
Stamen. I'm not sure, but it's got this central piece, right?
Giant
And when
stamen.
it blooms, all this crap around here
Opens.
Which, by the way, I fast forwarded this entire 1 hour video. It doesn't move. Awesome. But this is what it looks like when it's open.
Whoa.
That's where it
Yeah,
smells
it's pretty
like
neat
death.
looking.
I am very interested.
And we're going.
And we're going.
And we're catching a whiff.
I'm in.
A 26-year-old guy from China is making headlines after a mysterious, never-ending cough led to doctors diagnosing him with parrot chlamydia.
Parrot?
Parrot chlamydia. That's right. This man has parrot chlamydia. It's also officially known as parrot fever or psittacosis. So the man showed up at the hospital with a cough that would not stop and a stubborn high fever. At first, doctors thought it was a regular respiratory infection, but scans showed that his lungs were full of hazy patches, something you might see with viral pneumonia or COVID. And when standard antibiotics didn't help, doctors dug deeper and finally found out he had psittacosis, an illness caused by Chlamydia psittaci bacteria. So how did he catch it? The guy kept 10 pet pigeons and had accidentally inhaled chicken manure before he started feeling sick.
Parrot's getting a bad rap in this then, huh?
Don't koalas have chlamydia quite often?
All the time.
Because they're
little dirty boys.
dirty boys.
Psittacosis is a rare flu-like illness you can catch from infected birds, and symptoms can include fever, chills, headaches, muscle aches, and dry cough. If left untreated, it could turn serious, leading to pneumonia, heart, or brain inflammation. And once the diagnosis was made, the guy was treated with specific antibiotics and made a full recovery within a couple weeks. The guy's healing okay, but just, hey, if you're around chickens or you're around parrots, just
Use protection.
use protection. They could get you a case of chlamydia.
That's why I will never hold a koala. And trust me, I would love to.
Well, koala's what, herpes, you said?
No, it's chlamydia.
Chlamydia.
Yeah.
I've done it.
You did.
I'm herpes free. I'm chlamydia free.
And,
yeah, they are kind of stinky too.
And finally, in your news, this is kind of neat. It's pool season. And here's something interesting that'll amuse your kids for roughly 3 seconds, but you can tell them this. A new study's found that A person's fingers wrinkle in the same pattern every time it's in water too long.
That's sweet.
That's kind of neat to know.
So the wrinkles are caused by blood vessels under the skin contracting when immersed in water for a period of time. This is already known, but researchers looked into where they form and determined that it's virtually always the same, mostly because those blood vessels don't move much over time. They also discovered that the wrinkles don't form in people with median nerve damage in those fingers. So does this matter? Probably not for any health reasons, but the researchers think it could have real-world applications in fingerprinting and forensics, like at crime scenes. So your fingers wrinkle the same all the time.
Interesting. That was always fun as a kid, being like, oh, I'm old now. And now you look at your hands when you are old, and you're like, oh, man.
Ah, damn it.
That's neat.
All right, before we hit the break, let's get to some emails.
You look at it and go, I haven't been in water
I'm
recently.
not in water right now.
Riz Show 1057thepoint.com.
Hey, you just made a mention of the Point Fest shirts, and I just had a couple Point Fest reviews since we haven't talked about it. 2017 listener here, first-time Point Fest enjoyer. This is the craziest amalgamation of people I have literally, and I mean literally, Riz, have ever seen. I watched a guy in half of a furry suit pass a guy in an American flag cut-off T-shirt, all following two grown men in green kilts. Wow, this is amazing. What a great show. Love you guys, Stu.
Yeah, it was great. It was a awesome cross-section of people.
Yeah,
There were people like our age, and it was good to see young people getting into the music of the mid to late 90s.
Very cool.
Rocking out to The Urge and rocking out to 311 and the Toadies. It was great.
Yeah, the next one said, Dearest Riz Show crew, thank you so much to everybody who made Point Fest happen this week. I'm a single father to an amazing, energetic, severely autistic 10-year-old who and work in the infamous third shift to make it happen. It's exhausting, and opportunities to spend a day hours from home are rare. It's a whole thing. But you guys made a magical respite day. I haven't felt this excited and energetic in a long time. Quickly approaching 42, I felt like a kid again. It was truly a celebration. Point Fest 10 was my first of several, and I hadn't been in a long time. It feels like home in a way. Muchas gracias for all you do. I'm a daily listener, and the whole community feels you like family. You all are my heroes. You guys are heroes in my book. Thank you for being so open and hospitable to the fans. It was just the best day. Zach 2.0, sent from an old Case International in the backyard.
Thank you, Zach.
That's awesome.
Love the show. Was just wondering how many 70-year-olds could Riz beat up at once. He was yelling at 70-year-olds in a truck the other day, so much like the third grader question, keep up the great show. 3.75 out of 5
So
stars.
I yelled at an old person the other day. I called him an old man. How many 70-year-olds can I beat up?
I think you can take 2. I think the third one's taking you down.
2 at once. That's good.
Let's not underestimate old man strength.
Old man strength is there. It's the balance that starts to go in your 70s. So I think you could do a little bit of...
maybe 1.5.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm
1.5 old men.
That half man's going to be really interesting.
1.5 70-year-olds.
Yeah, and Despray's not former military or anything. He's just been an accountant his whole life.
I mean, there are some very in-shape 70-year-olds.
Somebody in the chat earlier asked me, like, what size animal could I choke out before being killed myself? And I go, I would just die.
What kind of animal do you think you could choke out? Up to what size?
I mean, I guess like a mountain lion, not a mountain lion, but like
mountain lion.
Not a mountain lion. But what's like a smaller
muskrat.
mountain? A muskrat.
Bobcat.
Yes. Yeah, like a bobcat.
Yeah.
I mean, I've had to fight with my cats, and they will murder me. But I think I could probably a bobcat
Successfully choke out a bobcat?
or a baby bear. Yeah.
You're not choking out a bear.
I'm not choking any animal out, dude. I just lay over and die. But if there were, like, as far as like a person goes, I think somebody like maybe a couple inches taller than me, I could probably take them. If they're really bigger than me, probably not. But anybody below, like, I could beat up some little kids. You know what I'm talking about? Like,
Hell yeah.
You could take on like 2 third graders.
I could. Yeah. Which you still have not watched Everybody's Live in LA. And John Mulaney a couple weeks ago posed out the question of like, hey, I want to be blindfolded and I want like third graders to come and beat me up. Like he wants to fight kids on his show. And there were people emailing in to like offer their children up.
Well, I don't know if you could choke out a bobcat. I'll be honest with you.
Really?
Well,
yeah, I think
Moon's got a picture of a
They're
bobcat.
so cute. And if you're
guys, not only do I have
vicious.
a picture of a bobcat, I have a picture of Rizzo, the bobcat.
Hey.
Oh, that's our bobcat.
This
yeah.
is the one that Natasha had emailed us in and said, listen, there is a Rizzo the bobcat that's at a local wildlife rescue that's looking for a sponsor, and it has Rizzuto Show written all over it. So I emailed back after we read that email, and Natasha sent over the link here. It's called It's called treehousewildlifecenter.com/sponsor an animal. And they have all the information right there. And she looped in one of the gals that's leading the place over there. And for a cool $750, we can sponsor Rizzo the Bobcat as our official mascot.
Well, why don't you throw up on the social?
That is awesome.
I'll throw some money down.
What does that mean?
Throw up the link.
So somebody else can swoop in and sponsor Rizzo?
Help. Well, we're crowdfunding.
Oh, okay. Okay.
We're going to need to start a GoFundMe.
Figure out how to do that.
There's no page that's
You just have to do it. You have to just straight up do it.
Yeah, I think
you can't just donate.
Yeah, I don't think it's like.
I mean, you could, but you wouldn't get this. You just get to donate.
Yeah. So the Guardian programmers are here. Let's see. Sponsorship of the animal for 1 year. Naming rights included if unnamed, but this is already Rizzo. Rizzo, the Rizzuto Show Bobcat, it would be. Certificate of guardianship, species relevant information. You get the whole history of the animal. Can
we take it on vacation?
A 5x7 color photograph of the animal.
Oh.
I mean, it's cool and all, but not $750 cool for me.
What? This isn't about you. This is about Rizzo.
Yeah. Do you want to help a bobcat?
So I got to pay?
Hey, for $1,000 we get an eagle.
Yeah, that's the thing. Hail Hubbard. I'm sure Hubbard will love this.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
We need a mascot.
We just fired 9 people last week.
I thought the cougar was our mascot, the SIUE cougar.
The bitch cougar?
We just laid off like 10 people last week.
Well,
and I'm going to ask them to sponsor a bobcat.
Let's lay off the cougar.
Well, it might have changed since then.
I would really love to have a Rizzuto Show sticker with that bitch cougar made. And then people could just have that.
Now, I appreciate.
What if we do
Is there
it with
another
bobcat?
more reasonable?
I think if we stopped calling it the bitch cougar, we'd have a better shot.
Hey, the bitch cougar
Well,
is.
if she would fix her face.
We could do a crow for $250.
So we can't crowdfund this?
I mean, I suppose we can. There's an osprey at $750.
I mean, is there a more affordable animal we could sponsor?
There's a $40 salamander.
Bald
Not as
eagles,
cool. Back to you.
$1,000. Small hawks, $350. That's reasonable.
Oh, look at the coyote. Oh.
Coyote. That's a pretty looking
It's such
coyote.
a beautiful.
$750 coyote.
Okay, I'm sorry. What about the? Oh.
I want a fox and a raccoon.
I
and
wanna
an
go hang
otter
out with these
pet so
animals.
bad. I want to live on a farm with a fox, a raccoon, and an otter, and just disappear from society. I'd be a happy man.
Possum, $200. I'll throw in. Let's
Turtles, $100. Turtles.
If I get to pet the possum, yes.
go. Yeah, we want to come meet the possum. Make sure he's cool.
I do want to. If we do the bobcat, surely we get some hang time.
Some alone
I
time.
don't know, Rafe. All of a sudden, there will be a bobcat in the studio unannounced.
Come on, man. That's way cooler looking.
Yeah. Hey, guys, meet Rizzo. He's here.
Are your fingers
He's got no
crossed?
monkeys.
And it rips your face off. Those things are vicious, aren't they?
They are vicious.
Yeah.
What you talking about?
A bobcat?
Well, I don't know.
They'll stalk you.
Maybe Rizzo's nicer.
That's why I don't walk in
I've
the
talked
woods
about this
anymore.
before, but I lived out in the wild woods out there at one point, and it was surrounded by woods. And I was in the garage working on some stuff, and I kept hearing a bobcat yelling out there in the woods. And I'm like, man, that thing sounds so loud, so clear. And then it just kept going and going. So eventually I turned around, and it was a little baby one, but he was right behind me, like a couple feet behind me, and he took off running whenever I turned. And I'm like, whoa!
That is adorable.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
You were going to be his first kill.
I think so.
Yeah. They're so cute.
Yeah.
So I guess we'll figure out what to do, but I'm not sure what you want me to do here.
Well, let's see. I mean, if there's 5 of us, if we all throw in, we can get the possum.
I don't know. I don't know how to do this. I don't know.
Give
I
me your
guess we'll-
credit card.
We'll
Do we
figure it out.
We'll get it
do we
done.
have to
Let me
take it
just
home
say-
to feed it?
They're being a little demanding to get a turkey buzzard named after you. $500 for a vulture, and it's only
these
$750
prices
for a
negotiable?
bobcat. Yeah, these got to be.
Can I talk you down to $500?
Guys, the money helps.
Get a crow
like,
for $250.
the money helps feed.
pretty sick.
You know, Guardian program.
Hey, listen, put up the website, and if
Everybody
you want to help
else
us
go.
out, now listen, you can just donate to. It's a great cause.
Yeah.
So did the shelter just build a
Treehouse
fence in
Wildlife
like
Center.
a wooded area and keep the animals that were there? And they're like,
If I'm paying $750, I'm taking it home.
Yeah, we want it to be like the classroom fish.
It's living with me.
I mean, you have to.
And we all get to share it, right? Like
We get joint custody
it's
of them.
living with me.
you get March, you get May.
Down.
We just cycle
Well,
through the. Well, you can
Not
have
Feb.
You could have July.
You get Feb.
No,
All right,
don't
look,
short me.
we got to take a break. All right, Moon, what do you got?
Sports presented by DraftKings at Casino Queen. Play, stay, and dine. Visit DraftKings at CasinoQueen.com for special promotions. The Cardinals dropped a 5-1 loss to the Tigers Wednesday, marking their first back-to-back losses in the first series defeat in nearly a month.
Which is incredible.
Yeah,
and they almost got 2 of those.
They're killing it, despite this. Except for that, despite the setback, the team remains confident, riding momentum from recent series wins and strong May stretch. Palante allowed 3 runs and 4 walks in 5 2/3 innings, while the offense struggled a bit against Detroit's bullpen. The St. Louis City SC team was eliminated from the U.S. Open Cup after a heartbreaking 3-2 loss to Minnesota United on Wednesday. That's their second defeat to the Loons in 4 days.
They're called the Loons?
The Loons, yeah, Minnesota United.
That's cool.
Again, up 2-1 in the second half, thanks to goals from Hartel and Klaus. And then they collapsed. Their defense is just garbage and keeps doing this.
So they got a new coach, right?
Yes, this season. He's going to be gone.
What? How many wins does this guy have?
Oh, total. I mean, we
with
beat Omaha in the U.S. Cup.
Total with the club.
U.S. Open Cup. Dude, maybe 4, 3.
Not good, right?
Yeah, I'd have to add up because it's been a ton of draws and recently blown leads. So
that's not good.
Does he not have a whistle or something?
He's on a timer, man. The Battlehawks will host the XFL Conference Championship game on June 8th, regardless of the remaining regular season results. That's pretty interesting.
That's good.
The NFL has decided to keep the controversial tush push play legal for the 2025 season. A proposal to ban the play, which involves pushing the quarterback forward in short yardage situations, made famous by the Eagles recently.
Rafe, your feelings about the tush push being?
I'm kind of I'll be glad if it's gone.
But they said it's good. Good to go. I know Jason Kelsey was actually going around to different teams.
Yeah, he
was
lobbying
for the tush.
He was at the thing, like literally in the lobby
to keep it
before the vote. Yeah, to keep it because his Eagles.
He's an Eagle guy.
He's an Eagle guy.
Yeah.
Also, the league expanded its replay assist system to include objective fouls like face masks and roughing the kicker, provided there's a clear and obvious evidence. And another change, too, is the Sony's Hawkeye virtual measurement technology will replace the traditional chain system for determining first downs, aiming for increased accuracy and efficiency. So that's cool. Cam Ward, the number 1 pick in the 2025 NFL draft, signed a fully guaranteed 4-year, $48.7 million contract with the Titans. Holy smokes.
How old is he, 22, 23?
If that. The former Miami quarterback who set school records with 4,313 passing yards, 39 touchdowns, will compete with Will Levis for the starting job. He still has to compete for the starting job, don't forget.
God.
As the Titans look to rebound from a 3-14 season. By the way, that deal is worth more than 10 times Shader Sanders' deal so far.
Is that a new change where rookies can negotiate contracts?
I would imagine because it probably plays into the NCAA
I thought there was like rookie
pay.
contracts for a while. Is that?
No.
Did I make that up?
I don't know. Staying with the NFL, Jim Irsay. Irsay. Sorry. I always mix the R and the S. Irsay. Longtime CEO and owner of NFL's Colts, died on Wednesday. He was 65 years old. Peacefully in his sleep, they say. But
he had some issues, that guy. He had some alcohol issues, like, way back in the day.
I heard a lot of great things, though. A lot of people, including Manning, came out and said that
he inherited the team from his dad.
Yeah, he became an owner at 37.
Yeah.
Wow.
Let's see. The Dallas Stars, after being shut out twice in last year's Western Conference Final, have improved their power play performance in this year's matchup against the Oilers, avoiding scoreless games on the man advantage. So they got to win. The defending champ Panthers dominated the Hurricanes in Game 1 of Eastern Conference Finals there. And then we have the Thunder turning the tables on the Timberwolves. They rolled to a 114-88 win in the West Finals opener. And in Game 1 of the Eastern Conference Finals, the Pacers overcame a 14-point deficit in the final minutes and defeated the Knicks. I'm Moon, and that's your sports. Doing the bull dance, feeling the flow, working it.
All right, that is it for us. Clip of the day brought to you by Michael's Flooring, Podcast Dobbs Tire and Auto Centers. It's titled...
The Horsehead Ferry was here.
The Horsehead Ferry was here.
Yes.
Moon, what else?
I'll see you Saturday at Schlafly Tap Room. It's a free event, barbecue and bargain bash. Teenage Dirtbags take the stage at 6:30. Yes, we are playing indoors, so if it rains, this is still a party that's going on. And every dollar or every beer that's sold, they're donating to
a dollar goes to tornado relief.
Tornado relief. Yes, thank you.
Lern.
Go see Moon, and if you can't do that, donate to the tornado relief. Our city needs us. Thanks.
Rafe.
No notes.
Scott.
Just follow me, King Scott Rules, and we love you, St. Louis, and excited to see you get fixed up.
All right. We leave you with a selection from our Teamers Member of the Day, brought to you by Hot Shot Sports Bar and Grill. From Warden, Illinois, Andrew Shell is our Teamers Member of the Day. And Andrew wants to hear this song. Big Friday show tomorrow. In Memoriam, Friday Fail Stories. Enjoy the rest of your day. Have a good one. And what else I got to tell you? I think that's it. Bye.
Energy up.